There we go. Am I live on Twitch? Yeah, there we go. Welcome everyone to Ace Attorney Monday. I am... Hi Con, hello, welcome in. Great timing, I literally just got started. I'm good, thank you. I've had a surprisingly productive Monday. Usually on a Monday it can take me a little bit of a while to get back into like the daily grind, because I do tend to relax a lot on the weekend, and then I do job searching and things during the week, so I'm a little bit more productive and less lazy, I guess. But no, I've not had that problem today. I've been very on it, very productive. So I'm more than ready to relax by playing this game. So yeah, today I am continuing with Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. I can't really predict how far I am in this case. I know this is the final case in the game, but I don't know how... I'm trying to gauge how far. I think I'm about at the halfway point, because I think I have to do this Mason system thing and then do the rest of the trial, and then that'll be it. I don't know whether I'll finish Apollo Justice Ace Attorney today, but I think I will get very close. So yeah. But yeah, we're getting a little bit sci-fi at this part in the case, because we are jumping between two time periods. We are jumping between 7 years ago, when Phoenix Wright, who used to be the protagonist of the Ace Attorney series, when he lost his badge, and then we're also going back to the present, where we're playing as Apollo Justice, and we're trying to figure out how that exact case from 7 years ago that cost Phoenix Wright his badge connects to the case that Apollo is trying to solve. So it's a little complicated. I do understand if it's a bit mind-bendy for some people, especially those that might be tuning in for the first time and thinking, oh, what's this game she's playing? But yeah, so I don't think I have anywhere to go in the present. No, so we're still trying to piece together things in the past. So in my last Ace Attorney stream, I finished the Wright and Co. law offices, and then I think I went to the detention centre, but whoever was there had psych locks, so I need to get more evidence for that. So in that case, I'm going to go to defendant lobby number 2 and see what's there. Didn't think I'd be back here for a while. I didn't want to have to remember that day. Though I deeply regret having to declare a verdict in this way, this trial is over. Ah, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Zack. There is one thing I wish to make clear. Today in this courtroom, you cannot declare me guilty. What are you talking about? I am talking about this. Mr. Enigma. Oh, you're just making sure your saves work for GTA? Yeah, that makes sense. I don't think I've had any game save issues, but I do know just in general how important it is to make sure that any data you save or any programs you save, like how important it is to make sure that they actually saved. because otherwise your data might get corrupted, and then it opens up a whole other can of worms. So hopefully those checks go okay. And now I'm tripping over my words. The defendant's escaped. Find him, quick. Bailiff, close all exits from the building. So in the case 7 years ago, the reason why Phoenix Wright lost his badge is because he committed the high sin that an attorney can commit, which is, unknowing to him, he got given a piece of dodgy evidence that was forged. So, and because when you present evidence, it needs to be kind of like your own work, or it needs to definitely be passable as evidence. So it can't be fabricated or created by another person, which is what that evidence was. So, yeah. When I came here on that fateful morning, I still had my badge, but now, like an amputated limb, I can still feel it itching. Where do I start? I don't even have the authority to investigate. Hey, you there, sir. Oh, wait, it's that guy again, Meekins, from the original Ace Attorney trilogy. Oh wow, I totally forgot he appeared in this game. Down on the hands, floor on your head, now, now, now. Well, what's the big idea? My ears. No unauthorized personnel aren't allowed in here. But that would mean all unauthorized personnel are allowed. Zoink. I just say it like it is, sir, and it's usually wrong. Thrown out of the precinct, lost my friends, my girl, and even my wallet. We've met before, haven't we? On a case 2 years ago. No recollection of that, sir. Huh. For me, working on a case is always in the present progressive tense, sir. There is no past, there is only now, sir. Okay, you're the bailiff, right? Oh yeah, that's right. He becomes the bailiff after being a police officer doesn't work out. Yes, sir. Court Bailiff Mike Meekins at your service, sir. I've asked to meet with the bailiff at this court who let the magician escape. Let me try and make this as absolutely clear as possible for you, sir. It was me, sir. But you were a regular police officer once, right? Sometimes bad things happen to good people, sir. Something tells me it's a long story. Let's not go there. So, you were in charge of security at the time of the vanishing? I'm dying over here. Oh, it's a hard knock. There, I can't talk. Ah! It's a hard knock life, sir. Thrown out of the precinct, lost my friends, my girl, and even my wallet. Guess I wasn't the only victim. So let's talk to Meekins. The last time we met, you were a police officer, right? In fact, you're still wearing your uniform. Sir, I wish I didn't have to tell you this, but last year, tragedy struck a rising star at the precinct. I lost my case files 4 times in 3 days. They fired me. That takes real talent, actually. They don't know what they're missing. So here I am, sir, forced to start from square one, a lowly bailiff. But your uniform, I took it with me as a souvenir the day I was fired. That can't be legal. So you were the one who let the magician get away that day? I'm dying over here. A star rises among the court bailiffs full of hope, then tragedy strikes. Is there anything you can tell me about it? About Zach Gramarie's disappearance? Oh, the humanity. That's enough of that. Okay, let's ask about Zach's disappearance. Why yes, I'd say it was around 2 p.m. when I heard a commotion in court. I opened the door to see what might be amiss. The door slams open, slam, but some guy's face is right there in front of me. So you saw someone suspicious coming your way? Yes, and I, being a bailiff of little standing, I gave chase. I chased that silk cat all the way down the hall, sir. I have a diagram of the court building here. Aha, there's courtroom number 7. That's where I was, sir. All by myself, nary a friend to call my own. Okay, and which way does that Gramarye run after bursting through the courtroom door? He went up like this and around the corner like that. So I, with no delay, ran after him with no delay. When I turned the corner, I saw that magic man run into the defendant lobby. Swiftly I ran. Following him, I threw myself boldly into the room. Why, I remember it like it was right here, because it was lobby number 2, sir. You ran into this room. I don't see any place to hide in here. Believe it or not, sir, I didn't believe it. Here, in this room, the magician, gone, vanished like a puff of smoke. Except there wasn't even any smoke, he was just gone. That's impossible. Yes, that word. Oh, how many times have I said that word? Even the sound of it causes me indescribable pain. I'm dying over here. Okay, I won't say it again, I promise. But you have to admit, it's difficult to vanish into thin air. Did you search the lobby? I searched. Why the pause? There was nothing here at all, sir. That's right, nothing was here, sir. How can he talk so loud and still be hiding something? Okay, let's ask about the vanishing trick. So, Zack was in this room when he vanished? Absolutely, sir. I saw him with my own eyes. That red silk hat, that flowing cape. He ran right in here. Right inside this room. Silk hat, cape, that's Zack alright. But sir, look at the room. There's not a single place to hide. Sir, there was nothing I could do but nothing, sir. What about now? Have any ideas? Sir, ideas about what exactly, sir, if you don't mind me asking? You've had quite a bit of time since then. Has nothing occurred to you at all? Do you have any idea what trick you might have used to disappear? Oh, more Cyclops, okay. So, I'm just gonna check whether I can solve this, right now. I mean, I might be able to, because there's only 2 Cyclops, so yeah, doobie-doo, doobie-doo, doobie-doo. I can do them now, I think. So let's go do it. But if my gut instinct is wrong and I end up screwing up, then I can always stop and come back to it later when I feel like I definitely have the right evidence. But yeah, let's present the Magatama. Oh my god. I swear bots are getting freaking smarter because they've started changing their fucking vocabulary. Oh, that's annoying. But yeah, no, I didn't wanna. Why have Twitch added a timeout button and put it where the ban button used to be? Anyway. Right. Okay, Mr. Meekins. What do you know? Spit it out. Hey, hey, hey. Who. What's with the atmosphere in here all of a sudden? You know something, and I'm going to find out what. Zach Ramery vanished from this room. How'd he do it? Haha, how, sir? Well, sir, I can't say as I, sir. Why are you so nervous if you aren't hiding something? Well, sir, you see, at the time, sir, I was here and... Listen, it was impossible. What can such a little girl possibly do anyway? What did you just say? Yerk, sir, did I just say something, sir? No, you screamed it through that megaphone of yours. There was someone else in the room, wasn't there? Sir, I'm going to have to invoke my right to remain in a state of not talking. It's okay, Meekins. You don't have to tell me who Zach's accomplice was. I know who was here in this room that day. It was Trucy Enigma. Sir, circle. I've never seen that girl until just the other day. Mr. Meekins, I'm not buying it. Sir, that day, she was here in the room, sir. But he wasn't. You mean, you chased her into this room, not him? Sir, in my days as a police officer, literally days, I learned a thing or two. Okay, just one thing, but it was how not to mistake a girl for a 7-foot-tall magician. 7 feet. Zach isn't that tall, is he? You have a point. I find it hard to imagine that anyone would mistake a little girl for Zach Ramery. But you saw something, and therein lies the trick. I think you know what it was, Mr. Meekins. Tell me, does this trick look familiar? The amazing Mr. Hat. What's that? That girl's favorite trick, the amazing Mr. Hat. I did well not to go into total lisp mode there. Oh my god. She uses it in her show down at the Wonder Bar. Have you been to the Wonder Bar? So, it wasn't a waking dream, was it, sir? Could come again? That night on stage I saw a vision, except it wasn't a vision. It was a hat. An amazing Mr. Hat. He really exists. And there we go, that's the Cyclops. Okay, let's ask him about the trick. I remember it clearly, though the details were a little vague. Zach Ramery exited the courtroom. I gave chase and cornered him in the corner room, sir. Zach Ramery, don't even think he could escape Meekins. Down on your hands, floor on your head. Hello? Something the matter, mister? No, that is. Sir, I'm currently chasing a suspect, sir. Zach Ramery, do you know him? Oh, I love Zach Ramery. His magic is the best. I'm his biggest fan. I see. That's why you're wearing that costume you're wearing. Anyway, that very same Zach came into this room. But no one's been in here except me. But he has to be in here somewhere. Under the sofa, in the trash can, behind the painting, under the rug. So, Trucy was his accomplice. Imagine my astonished surprise when 1 week later, I just happened to walk into a bar and see him, Mr. Hat. I couldn't believe my own eyes. For a while I thought it had all been a long dream, a dream that lasted a week. But it wasn't the magician who disappeared, it was Mr. Hat. Okay, the trick vanishes. Though it seems complex, what really happened that day was quite simple. Sorry if I sound stuffy at all, guys. I'm still like, I don't know whether it's like hay fever or whether this cold is just taking a while to bugger off, but yeah, my nose is still like really stuffy. And that wasn't all. Another person got in on the act, and she was standing in front of lobby number 2, along with Mr. Hat. Ah, and that's the beauty of it, isn't it? So, while you are standing in shock and amazement, the magician rounds the corner, and most likely runs through the closest door into lobby number 1. This is where you come in. You turn the corner in rather lukewarm soup, and at that very moment, Trucy runs into lobby number 2. Then, all she has to do is tuck away the amazing Mr. Hat. Sir, I only lost sight of him for the briefest of moments. Then I saw that cape, Zach Gramarie's red cape, fluttering like a cape. Astounding, sir. All my days of posing queries and making inquiries and chasing quarries wasted. It was as if I could see them melting away like an ice cream cone left by the side of the road to die, or the scattered remains of a messily eaten chocolate parfait. Such sweet sorrows. I'm sorry. I had no idea how much you suffered on account of this case. It's an honor, sir. I've apologized to people many times, sometimes more than once. But this is the first time anyone's ever apologized to me. Actually, about that girl. I'm sort of her guardian now. Is that so? Sir, you should know that I harbor no ill feelings whatsoever in my harbor. Okay. I let the defendant escape, that's stone cold truth. Just another step on my way from singing the blues to wearing the blues. Someday, sir, I'll be standing side by side with the great Detective Kawabshu. Mr. Meekins, this is a free ticket to the show at the Wonder Bar. If you want, it's an honor, sir. Sir, I can't count the number of things I've had taken from me, sir. But no one's ever given me anything for free. Right, I'll see you in court next time then, sir. I look forward to it. So, that's the defendant lobby. I'm just gonna mute my mic and clear my throat. So, yeah. If you don't hear anything for a second, that's why. Okay, there we go. I think that did the trick. I do sound a little like, yeah, my throat doesn't sound as catchy now. There we go. Now part of the mystery's been revealed, but the magician remained out of sight. It would be 7 years before I met him again. Okay, so we sold 2 pieces of the past. And we've unlocked our first piece of the present. So, yeah, let's go to Bosch Ball Club. I'll be taking my leave now. Still have some work to do back at the office. Then I guess I'll go back to my piano. To be honest, it's better when you aren't playing. This frigid culinary dungeon almost feels comfortable. Later then. 2 hours left on my shift. Wonder if we'll get any customers tonight. Ahem. Do you know who I am? Who I am? No, but if you hum it, I can play it. Just kidding, I don't do requests. How about a different sort of request? You see, I play cards. Oh, a customer. I was just hoping someone would come in and save me from a night at the Keys. I seek a true competition. I have heard the Bosch Ball Club is the place for this. Now I see the rumor is true. And this is a friend of yours? Ah, don't mind me. I'm just your friendly neighborhood newsman. Wait, so Spark Brushel was there that night? Interesting. Ah, he will not be playing tonight. When his business is finished, I shall send him home. This competition will be between us, no others. The Right Talent Agency represents 2 artists, and I'm number 2. I play piano, well, sort of. It's actually just a front for my real talent, which is playing poker. Don't ask me how I got started, I don't remember. But I'm good, real good. It didn't take long for the rumors to get around. Go to the Borscht Bowl Club if you want a real game, that guy's never lost. People don't come to hear me tickle the ivory, they come to watch me play cards. Is this a seedy poker club? No, it's a restaurant. We don't play for high stakes, there's no money involved, but real players carry cash and they're always thirsty. Is there any source of income for the club owner? Then let's compete. I'll take you to the room. The hideout, yes. But before we go, yes. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Shady Smith. Oh, and I'm Brushel, Spark Brushel, news reporter. Oh, I'm... No, Phoenix Wright. Huh? You must always look a man in the eye when you make your introduction. You still do not know who I am? Have we met? Ah! Today, in this courtroom, you cannot declare me guilty. What are you talking about? I am talking about this. Mr. Enigmar! The defendants escaped. Find him, quick. Bailiff, close all exits from the building. On the double, he must not be allowed to escape. You can't be, but you're Zach Gramarye? Yes, the reincarnation act of the century. Yep, and so now it's been revealed the first victim in the first case of this game, his actual name wasn't Shady Smith. It was Zach Gramarye all along. Pity I have only an audience of one. You. Zach Gramarye? This must be a bad dream. In a sense, this guy ruined my life. You there. Da. We will play soon. Ready the room. Da! I will be preparing the hideout for you. Are you really him? The Zach Gramarye? Now I am Shady Smith, remember this. How many years has it been now? 6? In exactly 3 days from now it will be 7. I caused you much inconvenience, I fear. Yeah, you could say that. Is she well? Trucy, I mean. She's fine. I've got her working already. Hope you don't mind. I need hardly express my gratitude, but you have it. This is why I have come. That and to sell a matter of cards. By which you mean poker? Those eyes, he's serious. I despise losing above all else, and so I have decided that I will win tonight, no matter what it takes. I know this guy's type and they're dangerous. Everything's about the competition. All else is secondary. Perhaps we should take the time to talk before we play. I know you have much to ask me, and I you. Okay, the meaning of competition. We competed that day 7 years ago, too. Ah yes, you must have been surprised. Called to the detention center out of the blue. 2. 1. Showdown time. I lost. It's only a game of poker. A game I played for a long time and only lost twice. Who was the first? The man I killed, of course. You choose your defense attorneys by playing poker. Some are hired, others fired. When you compete, you see a man's true nature. You know what I speak of. I know that you do. Trucy's power? Trucy? She is in a class of her own. For 7 years, I've played poker here at the Borscht Bowl Club, and I've never lost once. I'm good, but not that good. I win because whenever there's a big game, I bring in Trucy. And she sends me signals. Daddy, he's got a good hand. You might have a chance if you act quick. Better call him soon. Can you tell me what her power is? Judging a person's thoughts by reading their reactions is a staple of performance magic. But those of Trucy's line possess far greater skill. Her line? Recall, you were the second man to whom I've lost. Magnifique Gramarye. That was the first time I learned of this power, as you call it. Wait, so you're saying her power's genetic? He's just in the Gramarye blood or something? Blood. Ooh, more Cyclops. I am sorry, but it is not something told lightly to outsiders, and it is nothing you need to know at this time. It's some kind of Gramarye secret then. Fine. Okay, let's ask about Trucy. She's 15 this year. She's still trying her best to follow in your footsteps, you know. I see. When I planned my disappearing act, it was the thought of her alone that gave me pause. Wait, you were planning on vanishing from the get-go? Yes, and for that I must apologize. However, I could not be found guilty that day because of this. This. A transferal of rights. You see the signature? A transferal? That's Magnifique Gramarye's signature, isn't it? I hereby give all rights to the secret staging and performance of my magic to the recipient named below, and the recipient's name is you, Zack Gramarye. Yes, it is I. Wait, this page looks torn. You recall the diary, yes? Oh, is that the actual page? First, take a close look at this diary. Note that a page has clearly been ripped out. As it just so happens, I have here what I believe to be the missing page, but it wasn't. It was a forgery. Wait, let me see that. How could I forget? That scrap of paper lost me my attorney's badge. This is the real page that was torn from the book. Magnifique gave it to me that night. You could have told me this earlier, like 7 years earlier. Once again, I must apologize. It was all I could do to prepare for my escape from the courtroom. Okay, transferal of rights. The greatest of Magnifique Gramarye's illusions are true art. As such, they are well protected by this document. Only its bearer may perform its illusions on stage. Sounds like a pretty important thing to have if you're its disciple. As a rightful heir to its art, I too wanted a rightful heir. Rightful? I'm sure you know who I chose as my successor. Your daughter. That is why I have forestalled to come here tonight. Brushel. Sir. Ah, here you go. What's this? A letter passing the rights I have inherited to Trucy. I would have you sign here as a witness. But, I'm not a lawyer anymore, and you need a public notary besides. Ah, I may not look it, but I'm a certified notary. You are? By day I wear a notary's glasses and hunt for news. Also by day I wear reporter's glasses and notarize. When I take off the glasses, I can't see very well. Your signature, please. This is the first reason I have come here tonight. Okay, transferal of rights. Added to the court record. Ah, I finally figured it out. Now I know why you've come out of hiding only now. It's been 7 years, you said. Precisely. Okay, 7 years. There's a law that covers your situation. After 7 years, missing persons are considered to be legally deceased. So if someone was to vanish from the face of the earth 7 years ago, they would lose all rights as a living person after 7 years from that day, not to mention all of their possessions. Exactly, which is why I am here. I risk showing my face in public for the sake of the document, before my 7 years are up. You might say, I am securing my daughter's inheritance. But do you really need this document? Wouldn't Trucy inherit your estate automatically? Not in this case, I'm afraid. This case? Yes, I received the performance rights from Magnifique Gramarye. However, this was done in secret without witnesses. Before Magnifique died, 2 potential successors to its repertoire were named. Myself, Zach Gramarye, and Blank Gramarye. Not Trucy. I see. So, you do need this document. I have known Brushel since before I vanished. He is a man I trust. Now only 3 know of my rebirth. I took the liberty of looking into Trucy's background, and found you had no other close kin. It is as you say. Okay. I was kind of hoping you'd say something about the mother at this point. I know everyone else, but Trucy's mother is a mystery. Okay, so... let's see if I can do this Magatama now. I have to know more about this power of Trucy's. It's like she can see right into people's minds. The first time I saw her do it, it blew mine. And after you were done having your mind blown, you took her to play cards with you. Gotta use the resources at hand, I always say. Yet, I myself have no such power, but Trucy does. Why's that? Maybe Trucy got her power from her mother, Thalassa Gramarye? I will not speak of that. Thalassa is officially missing, correct? And I think I know why you don't want to talk about her. Okay. Trucy's looked up. Well, Mr. Zach, let me be frank. It's... oh no. Aw, really? Why? What would another reason be that he wouldn't want to talk about her? Maybe I can't do this now. Yeah. So it does look like I am lacking evidence to do this now. So I will back out. And there is still something I need to do here though. So yeah, we're gonna present the locket to Zach. This person in the photo is Trucy's mother. How did you come by this? Trucy showed it to me. She said her mother was gone. Then it is so. Huh? She is gone. What more is there to say? Lots. Ah, I know. Whoa, you're still here? According to my in-depth research, Trucy's mother, Magnifique Gramarye's only daughter, end quote. Well, what? Magnifique's daughter? Is that true, Mr. Zach? Brushel, you say too much. What? Why am I the bad guy? Why? Zach decked him. In any case, Mr. Wright, this discussion is over. Thalassa Gramarye, she's the most mysterious of the whole lot. I need to gather me some more evidence, clearly. Well, the prelude may have been longer than the main attraction. Shall we begin our game? My final competition? Final? Why? As you said, I have come out of hiding today to make this document legally binding. When the sun is done, I shall slip once more underground. Without seeing your daughter? It would be best if I did not. 7 years ago, we played. 7 years ago, I lost. I already lost to Magnifique. I do not care to lose to another. And I have heard that you never lose. It's just a rumor. Yes, for it is impossible to never lose unless one has an ace up one's sleeve. As a magician, it causes me no end of irritation to think a mere lawyer might be out there pulling the wool over so many eyes. Hey, I just signed your document for you. Maybe you could try lightening up. That was that. This is this. For my final competition, I will destroy your perfect record, Phoenix Wright. This will be my final performance. You are warned. This guy is beyond serious. So much for a fun evening of cards. Russell, you may leave. Ah, but it's your last game. I mean, what a scoop. I punch and I punch, but still it is not enough. I just remembered a future, prior engagement. Toodles, gentlemen. Oh, and nice meeting you, piano man. Then let us begin. Dealer. Da, you will be witness to our competition. Da, it is honor for me. Why haven't I seen her around here before? Ah, that reminds me. I saw a familiar face as I entered the restaurant. He did not seem to notice me, however. Huh? Gavin, I believe was his name. You know him? After a fashion? Listen, Phoenix Wright. One can learn much from a true competition. Remember this. The Gramarye power. I was close to understanding it, but I needed more. And I knew where to get it. Trucy's mother. I need to meet that reporter again, that was clear. And one other thing. From the moment my final competition with Zach began that night, a name was running through my head. The name of a man now in prison. A name Zach Gramarye knew, but how and why? Looks like we're gonna be talking with Christoph Gavin next. So let's go to Solitary Cell 13. Well, isn't this an unexpected surprise? What errand brings you down to my cramped confines? Gavin. Is this your idea of revenge, Phoenix Wright? Revenge for the events that took away your attorney's badge 7 years ago? My past is like my logic, straight and true. Nothing's changed. All I did was point the finger of justice in the proper direction. Fine. I'm glad we could have this little tete-a-tete, right? You look well, Phoenix Wright. You too, Gavin. Okay, let's talk with Christoph about Gavin's murder. Life has been full of surprises for both of us. I've no doubt you never expected to lose that attorney's badge of yours. And I'll bet you never expected to wind up here. Shady Smith was the name of the man you killed. Did you know who he really was? Who he was? Zach Gramarye. You know, the defendant. I remember him, of course. But you say Smith was Zach? Impossible. Don't even try to tell me it was coincidence. What did I just say? Life is full of surprises, don't you think? After that trial, you were arrested and found guilty, but your motive was never made clear. A mistake I plan to remedy. You're not an attorney anymore, Phoenix, right? What possible conclusion do you think this investigation of yours can lead to? I killed a man named Smith with a bottle because I am an evil human being. Isn't that enough? Not for me, it isn't. I need to know why you did it, Gavin. Okay, let's ask about the 7-year-old case. You recall that case 7 years ago? Ah yes, the trial where Zach Gramarye pulled his famous vanishing act. My brother won his fair share of praise and adoration for that trial, as I recall. Genius prosecutor reveals crooked attorney, was it? That was when I met you, wasn't it? Was it now? The Bar Association Review Board voted unanimously for the strictest punishment. Unanimous, save for one dissenting opinion, yours. It was my brother who was responsible for putting you in that position after all. For 7 years we've been friends. And yet, I still don't understand you. But right, your friendship toward me was never pure. You suspected me then as you still do now, don't you? Honestly, right now, I'm not sure what I think. Okay, a reason for murder? You didn't just brain a guy with a juice bottle for no reason. Tell me why you did it. Persistent, aren't you? I came here because I remember something. The night of our game, Zach Gramarye mentioned your name, Gavin. Ah, that reminds me. I saw a familiar face as I entered this restaurant. He did not seem to notice me, however. Huh? Gavin, I believe was his name. After that, he was killed, and I asked you to help me, because I remembered your kindness back when everyone had turned on me. I seemed to be in a bit of trouble. Something like that. Dead. Someone hit him hard. Me? Please, the cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands, should it come to that. I have to know. Why did you kill Shani Smith? No, Zach Gramarine. Oh, here we go. More Cyclops. Ooh, these ones are black. Wow. Dark, cold, full of despair. Can I even unlock these things? Something wrong, right? No, it's nothing. You shouldn't push yourself so hard. Life is to be taken easy, you know. He's doing his nails. Okay, so can I examine this room? That envelope's been bothering me since I came in here. It's not nice to peek at other people's mail. You get mail here in jail? And I do, though they read it first apparently. Still, I am allowed the pleasure of correspondence. Packages and the like are a different matter, however. Looks like sneaking a peek is out of the question. Oh, god damn it. Okay. So, can I break those Cyclops now? Let's see. No. Okay, so... although there is one more thing I need to examine, which is the nail polish he was just using. You're thinking, what self-respecting man would use nail polish? Not really. I know appearances are a big thing with you. You know what I say? One cannot live a beautiful life without beautiful nails. First rate in all things, except nothing less. That certainly does look like first rate nail polish. I like the sparkly bottle. It's crystal. If you're so drawn to it, please have one. It's on me. Okay, so the nail polish is colorless. So we're gonna end our inquiry here because we clearly can't solve those very complex Cyclops right now, and we're gonna go back to the past and we're gonna look in Drew Studio. I figured you'd come here sooner or later. And there he is, the current victim of the case that we're trying to solve in the present, Drew Misham. But in this case, well, and here's the connection, Drew Misham was the one that forged the evidence that got Phoenix out of the attorney career in the 7 years ago time frame. I decided on sooner. Drew Misham, was it? I haven't done anything illegal, and I didn't come here to whine about past events. I wanted to ask you some questions. I suppose you have that right. That day, the entire court descended into chaos. Only you stood still, your eyes calmly watching. I admit it made quite an impression on me. I'm used to finding myself in outrageous situations. Phoenix, right, was it? I'll answer what I can. I'm not sure, but it feels like I'm being watched intensely. Ah, this is my daughter. Vera, say hello. She's gone. Shall we begin then? Okay, let's ask about Mr. Misham. Judging from this place, you're a painter. Not, sadly, a profitable one. I've never sold a painting. It's a source of considerable embarrassment. I would be able to get by were it only me. Your daughter? Her mother grew weary of me and left. I don't want her to grow up needy, Mr. Wright. That is why I began my other occupation. Forgeries. Okay, let's ask him about his forgeries. Don't look at me with those eyes. I know what it is that I do. More than half of the paintings they bring me are stolen, and who knows what my copies are used for. But some of your works aren't paintings, correct? You may not believe me when I tell you this, but that was my first work outside of painting. What? To think it would be used as evidence in a murder trial. I never even imagined the possibility. Then why did you take the job? I was well paid. Very well paid. I think he feels worse about it than I do. The past is hard to escape. Honestly, the sooner I can put this behind me, the better. With apologies to you, of course. Sorry, but it's not going to be quite so easy. He's trying to forget what he made. Looks like I'll have to remind him. Okay, let's present the notebook page. Your work. Don't try to pretend you've forgotten. Sure, all you did was make a copy, but that copy might have destroyed the life of an innocent man. I'm responsible too, which is why I have to know, and you have to tell me. I knew it would be difficult to escape this. Then let's talk. Okay, let's ask him about Magnafie's diary. Well then, ready to tell me about this work you did? It was unlike anything I had attempted before. I guess it would be a little different from paintings. That is not what I mean. In all my previous work, it sufficed to create a copy. This wasn't a copy. The client gave me two things that day. The first was a sample page as reference. The second, a printed document I can only surmise was written by my client. So you used the real writing as reference to reproduce what the client wrote? Yes, as I said, it was my first job of that nature. So, who was your client? As I said in court, I do not know. Really? Even for such a suspicious request? If it was me, I'd want to know as much as I could about the requester. I never met them, not personally. Well, Cyclops, but there's only two of them, so hopefully we should be able to solve them. Something about this work. Okay, so we should be able to do this now, shortly. Yeah, we can. Okay. So let's use the Magatama. Let's hear it then. What are you hiding from me, Mr. Misham? I'm sorry, but I really don't know. I never met the client. True, when I asked the client's name, there were no Cyclops in sight. Regardless, you're hiding something. You have to be, otherwise it wouldn't make any sense. Why are you doing this to me? Well, I've made my stand, no backing down now. So, what's Misham hiding? Who the client is, I think? Oh no, the forger. Oh yeah! Yeah, that's right. We know from the present who actually forged Misham's items. It wasn't actually Drew Misham, it was his daughter. I can pretty much piece together what it is from what you've said. What is it then? You told me what you knew about the client, and I couldn't see any Cyclops. Psycho-locks? Is that some sort of asylum security? Or a new hairstyle, perhaps? But then they did show up, didn't they? Who was your client? As I said in court, I do not know. Really? Even for such a suspicious request? If it was me, I'd want to know as much as I could about the requester. I never met them, not personally. Not personally. Those words triggered the Cyclops. Again with the psycho locks. Now I really must know what they are. So you didn't meet with a client, but someone else did. Maybe the real forger behind this evidence? Perhaps I'm hung up on this lock business, but I'm afraid you've lost me. Yeah, well, I didn't come here to talk about psych locks. As long as I come to the right conclusion, it doesn't matter how I got there. And your conclusion is, the real forger behind this wasn't you, Mr. Mission. Poppycock. I don't know what you're talking about. That's my work, I tell you. Made here in my studio. Who else could it have been but me? That's the real question, isn't it? If the forger wasn't you, then I don't have many other people to choose from. The real forger is... Vera Mission. The real forger is your daughter, Vera Mission, isn't it? Ridiculous. My daughter's only 12 years old, Mr. Wright. I've always been more one for landscapes, not surrealism. Nice comeback, but you're shaking in your boots. I've got you now. The only two people with access to the studio are you and your daughter. The psych-locks tell me you're not the forger, which makes your daughter the only possibility. Ahem. I feel very much on the verge of going psycho-lock myself. Okay, let's ask him about the diary. I don't know how you knew, but you're right. The one who made this page was my daughter, Vera, not I. She's only 12, a genius, you might call her. A precocious little girl outshining her father. There's been a lot of that going around recently. I let her play in the studio and she watched me. She taught herself in that way. Drafting tools and analytical devices I bought when they became necessary. They're my little girl's playthings now. Ah, do I detect a bit of fatherly pride? So, Vera was the one who made this page. Would she know who the client was then? Actually, the client came once, here to this studio. What? Why didn't you say so sooner? But their face was covered and they did not want to talk to me. So they talked to your daughter? I will speak only with the artists, the client told me. Then that little girl is the key to our mystery client's true identity. Okay, let's ask him about his daughter. Okay, what do I do now? Maybe I should talk to her father a bit more? Or is it time to turn my attention to Vera? I think we're gonna... we'll probably talk to Vera now, maybe? Oh wait, I need to examine something first. Okay, so let's pan right and check out the envelope. Maybe I'll just sidle on over here for a closer look. What's this red envelope? Ah, don't touch that. That, sir, is quite important. The painter's face just changed hues. Guess I better behave, though it's tempting to just grab it. Ooh, true grammary stamp, okay. Okay, so the commemorative stamp has been added to the court record. Is there anything else that we need to examine? No. Okay, so now we can talk with Drew and get Vera to talk to us. So Okay. Mr. Misham, I have a request. Let me guess, you'd like to speak with my daughter? Can I? My daughter has never been one to talk to strangers. She's quite shy, extremely so actually, with only one exception, which was, oddly enough, it was that client. I left the studio while they talked. I returned when they had finished and she was laughing. It was the first time I'd seen anything of the sort. Please, let me speak with her. Alright. Uh-oh, this could be tough. Okay, so let's present the stamp. And then there's this. My stamp! Hey, she spoke. She can talk. Yeah, so this stamp, how can I keep her talking? Ooh. Great magicians out there. There we go. Isn't Troop Gramarye amazing? Ah. Yes. Oh. I especially like those two, Zack and Valant. I mean, they're just so magical. Aren't they? Yeah, whenever I go to one of their shows, I'm like, whoa, magic, you know? Me too. I love them. They're so cool. It's like magic, yeah. Alright, she's talking, not saying much, but it's a start. I went and saw them with father the other day. The opening ceremony at the Gramarye Museum of Magic. Gramarye Museum? They have one of those? I guess it makes sense now that they have their own commemorative stamp. So, have you been to one of their shows? Just once when I was little with father. The Gramarye's on stage, it was like a dream. Disappearing, reappearing, cutting apart, putting back together, they do it all. Yeah, maybe you can keep telling me stuff like this. You know, about Zack and Valant, maybe? Oh, sure. Alright, better get asking before she changes her mind. Okay, let's ask about Vera. I don't go outside much. I like to paint in here. Why don't you like the outside? There's bad people out there. Well, true, but there are lots of good people too. Actually, I should tell you. She was almost kidnapped once. Kidnapped? Since then, she's been, well, you can see for yourself. She refuses to leave the house. I see. Wait, but that doesn't make sense. She said she went to the Gramarye Museum. With you, in fact. Ah, yes, actually, she was quite insistent on it, much to my surprise. That was the first and last time she expressed such a desire to me. That person gave me a good luck charm. A good luck charm? For when I absolutely had to go outside. Yes, apparently she received something. A gift. From that client, actually. She won't tell me what it was. Father, I told you to keep that a secret. From that client, huh? This I have to hear about. Okay, the falteries. So your father tells me you're good at painting all sorts of things. I really like painting a lot. Father is always very happy when I paint them exactly the same. So you did this too? Oh yes, that was my first job. Your first. All I used to do was paint the same thing I saw. But this was totally different. The pen slips and the way the writer held the pen and the pressure on the nib. I had to use a microscope and analyze it on the computer. She seems happy. Odd, her work was the last nail in the Gramarye coffin. I guess no one told her. Okay, let's ask about the stamp. They're the best in the world. Huh? Oh, you mean Troop Gramarye, of course. Father gave it to me, your father. But I asked him about it. He didn't know how you got it. I guess I just took it. Yeah, took it. Father got a letter from that person. That person? You mean that letter was from the client? Oh, we talked about the Gramarye's forever that day. I'm sure that's why I was sent that stamp. I didn't want to just send it back, so I took it. They're a sneaky one, this client. So they were trying to get on our good side. Okay, so let's ask about the client. So, you met the person that asked you to do this job, and you talked with them? What's this about a good luck charm you received? I can't talk about it, eh? If I do, it won't work anymore. That's what I was told. Yeah, but I really have to know. Psych lock time. Right, time to do some psych unlocking. Okay, let's present the Magatama. The client. You seem to trust this client quite a lot, in fact. Because they gave you the stamp. No, that's not why. They listened to me, to my problem. The problem that keeps her inside all the time. Don't go outside if you don't want to. That's what they told me. But when I absolutely have to go out, all I had to do was use a good luck charm. A good luck charm that your client gave you. I think I know what your client might have given you, actually. Is this your good luck charm? It's gotta be the stamp, right? Okay. So yeah, this is where the different evidence is starting to link together. It was the nail polish. This was what they gave you, wasn't it? Ah, the same bottles over there on your desk. Your good luck charm, right? I heard once. Cosmetics were once thought to ward off evil. This is a magic bottle. It has the power. Ah, of course it does. I'll just refrain from commenting any more on that one. I think I know who gave you that bottle, actually. The one who asked you to do this job. Was this the client? So was it Gavin then? Or was it a Gramarye? Oh, it was Gavin. Okay. So yeah, so this is how Gavin and the nail polish start to link into the case. This man is a friend of mine. Know him? His name is Christoph Gavin. He's a lawyer, actually. I promised not to tell. Okay, let's talk about the client. I'm sorry, I can't talk about the client, I promised. And if I break my promise, the spell won't work. I don't need a name anymore. I've got my answer. You're pretty confident in this charm then. I think they might be the devil, huh? Or maybe an angel. What do you mean? I saw it, or I think I saw it, when they gave me this. I saw the devil's face. Are you saying the client's face looked like the devil's? No, the client was gentle with a gentle smile. So where'd you see this devil then? It was so quick. I don't remember well. But that's when I knew that person wasn't like other people. That's why I believe in my good luck charm. I'm not sure what this devil she saw was, but it's pretty clear that Christoph Gavin has her charmed. Well, I think that's all. I'll be leaving now. I am sorry for what happened. If you want to apologize, try my client, Zach Gramarye. Did I do something bad? What makes you think that? Your eyes, they're sad. Very sad. I'll put on my smile next time I come, promise. I hope to see you smile then too, Vera. Oh, okay. Take care. Thinking back on my first encounter with the young forger, I witnessed something of vital importance that day. Of course, by the time I realized it, it was already too late. Yeah, his badge was already taken away from him. Okay, so we are almost done with the past. So, yeah. So, we're gonna go to the detention center now. Because we might be able to crack those Cyclops that we came across. So yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna see if I need to... No, okay, so yeah, so we are literally just here to break these Cyclops, so let's do it. I'm flying by the seat of my pants on this one. There must be a path leading from the evidence to the truth, and that's what I'm going to find. To ask someone to take a life, even one not long for this world, that's asking someone to commit murder. Yes, our mentor was fond of dramatic moves and dramatic finales, and he got his wish. His life was taken. What weakness could be so powerful as to coerce someone into committing murder? My guess is it was a matter of life or death. Care to explain? Your troupe lived in a world of showmanship. The flashier the better, and flashy so often means danger, doesn't it? Let us make this as painless as possible. If you have proof of this danger, then show it. Okay, so I need to present the stage pistol here, which is the meta weapon that was used to kill Magnifique Gramarye in the case in the past. Why, that's one of ours. Specially designed for your show, I gather. A single bullet, one shot. What are you suggesting? We are magicians, Mr. Wright, not murderers. I'm not crying murder, Mr. Valant. I'm crying something far more tragic. An accident. Zack and Valant's quick draw shoot him. How long has it been since those shots were last heard? Was the shoot him cancelled because someone might get hurt? Of course, what other reason could there be? Well, it could have been cancelled because someone had already been hurt. Fascinating, my Faustian forging friend. But tell me, what can you prove with a single pistol? Well, tell me what would have happened if there had been an accident. What if one of your bullets took a life on stage? The performance of magic is not concerned with what ifs. It is concerned with precision. Precisely whom do you claim we shot? Okay. A life was sacrificed so that the show might go on, and this shows who it was. I mean... Yeah, it's gotta be Magnifique, right? No, it's wrong. It's someone else. No! Okay, so if it's not Magnifique, then... maybe it's the commemorative stamp. Maybe it was Thalassa. Maybe that's why no one... No. Oh my god. Nope. I'm clearly jumping the gun. Okay, so if it wasn't Thalassa, and it wasn't... maybe it's a transferal of rights, but then Zack Gramarye is still alive. Yeah, we're in the past. I don't know. Do I have all the evidence? So it is Thalassa. I just presented the wrong evidence. Yeah, Trucy's locket. There we go. But that's Zack Gramarye's wife and Trucy's mother. Thalassa, I believe, was her name. Ah, Alakazar! But how can you say this? How can you say she was struck by one of our bullets? Still in denial mode, eh? Thalassa was at the greatest risk of being shot, and this clearly shows just how much danger she was in. Okay, is it the stamp? I'm so confused. Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah. Troop Gramarye's performances were very, very popular. So popular they even made a commemorative stamp at the height of your fame. We were not merely the latest craze. We were an age, a golden age. It's all here on this stamp. There's Thalassa, yes. Trucy's mother is missing, I hear. What happened to her? I don't know. A part of his memory is still locked up. There is one thing you're failing to address. What's that? As you say, our troop is a world unto itself. If our leader Magnifi was so inclined, he could hide anything he wished with ease. But Mr. Wright, then he would have hid a crime, making him an accomplice. Not a great foundation for blackmail. Lance got a point. If one of the troop members died in an accident and Magnifi covered it up, his innocence would come into question. Found the right address, Mr. Wright? So close, there has to be something about how Thalassa's death could affect Zack and Valance's relationship with Magnifi. I see in your eyes you still have something to say. How can you possibly prove more than you already have? I'll prove why Thalassa's accident tied your hands so completely with a person. Yeah. It's going to take little knowledge of the players to crack this one. The accidental death of Zack's wife tied both your hands, and this information proves why Magnifi held so much power over you. Because Thalassa Gramarye is the daughter of Magnifi Gramarye. It wasn't a question of who shot Thalassa. Thalassa herself was the problem. What do you mean? She was Zack Gramarye's wife, Trucy's mother, and Magnifi Gramarye's only daughter. There was a terrible accident, and the two of you killed your mentor's only daughter. If that wasn't the key to Magnifi's power over you, I don't know what was. It was an accident. So wait, does that mean Thalassa Gramarye is dead? Okay, blackmail. There's no proof, none at all, but Thalassa went missing, and your mentor blackmailed both of his disciples. It doesn't take a genius to put one and one together. Ours was a complex family. You mean Troop Gramarye? The Master Magnifi Gramarye, his only daughter, and his two disciples. That does sound like a recipe for disaster, doesn't it? Do not be tempted into faulty flights of fancy. Yes, there was an accident, but that is all it was, an accident. Zack and Valance toward the force. The guns blaze, the bullets fly straight toward that beautiful body on stage, and then crash thing pow into everything but her. Now that is magic. It happened one day when we were practicing. Same trick with a new twist. And tragedy. But as for whose bullet stole Thalassa's life, we shall never know the answer. Thalassa disappeared from our lives and Zack was bereft of his wife. Trucy lost her mother, and Magnifi his daughter. And that led to blackmail, I take it. It is all part and parcel of the darkness that comes when the curtain falls. Okay, the darkness. Why did Magnifi Gramarye try to cover up the accident? It was his own daughter who died. All I can say is it was a critical time for Troop Gramarye. The passing of the torch from Magnifi to Zack and Valance. We all sacrificed so that it might be a success. Thalassa's death was the greatest sacrifice of all, yet, even when her life was extinguished, her presence was not. What do you mean? In time, we, myself and Zack, found we could no longer oppose Magnifi's wishes. Magnifi forced us to perform his art for his benefit. I see. I guess I can understand. I mean, he did lose his only daughter. But do you not find cowardice in his actions? Huh? To decide to hide the truth of your own daughter's death is one thing, but then to hang that death as a guillotine above our heads? Things were dark behind the scenes in Troop Gramarye, that's for sure. Does Trucy know? She was not told, naturally. Who would want to know that their father might have taken their mother's life? True. I had not thought of that accident for a very long time. I'm sorry to dredge up old memories, but this has helped a lot. Not to find Magnapede's slayer, I should think. True. After that accident, there was one who came sniffing quite persistently. A reporter? He called himself a newsman at the time. Often I spied him lurking about the dressing room doing his research. Would you happen to remember his name? What was his name? Sorry, I have forgotten. But in the course of his interviewing, he became quite close to my partner Zach. I liked him not. I see. His name, I do not recall, but his scent, the cloying aroma of mint. Yep, it sounds like Spike Burchell. Yes, whenever he smiled, which was far too often. I see, thanks for your help. It does no good to interfere with the past, Mr. Wright. You will not uncover answers, only wounds. I'm sorry. I had begun to notice a dark curtain hanging over Troop Gramarye, and I began to realize what I had to do. I had to protect Trucy from that darkness. The reporter he mentioned, the newsman, I never learned who that was at the time. Though I've got a pretty good idea who it is now. That smile and the sickly sweet smell of mint, the last lost thin thread connecting Zach Gramarye to this world. Sooner or later I'd have to track him down. And that is it. We've investigated everything in the past. So now all that's left to do is connect the pieces in the present. So, where shall we start? Let's see. So, we're gonna go to Drew Studio in the present because we are gonna bump into Spike Burchell. So, yeah. Well, what do we have here? Remember me? Of course I remember you. Journalist meets ex-attorney in bar, end quote. Can I ask what you're doing here? Mr. Misham was poisoned and his daughters... Oh yeah, I know. Oh, how I know, yes. It's caused me no end of grief, to be honest. Journalist wishes he tracked down case just a little quicker, end quote. Were you on the trail of this case the whole time? Zach Gramarye was a good friend. Zach said something to that effect back at the Borscht Bowl Club. What a character, what a man. If a little, no, a lot, no, extremely rough around the edges. Do you think I could ask you a few questions? Oh, you serious? I mean, I'm usually the interviewer, not interviewee. Journalists ask questions, not other way around, end quote. Fine, shoot, I don't care. People have been asking me all sorts of things lately. Okay, family of forgers. It was tragic what happened to Drew Misham and his daughter. Forgery is a serious crime and they paid the price. You know what really did them in though, don't you? Yes, a forged diary page. The night I interviewed him, I found out something about Mr. Misham I hadn't known. What's that? You know, he always felt like he was being watched. Every day for 7 years. Walls have ears, potatoes have eyes, end quote. Being watched? You mean he felt guilty? No, I'm not talking about feelings here. Huh? You know, I felt watched too. The whole time I've been on this case, no less. Journalist gets tingling sensation on back of neck, freaks out, end quote. Because you felt guilty? Why would I feel guilty? You felt like you were being watched, huh? I wonder what it all means. Okay, paranoia? Drew Misham felt like he was being watched, and you along with him. You sure it wasn't just nerves? Nerves? No, it's nothing so mundane. I stopped paying attention to my nerves a long time ago, but I felt it too. Journalist sure he's being watched, end quote. Don't you wonder why Zach Gramarye got rubbed down after 7 years? Right after coming into contact with me, he completely vanishes from that courtroom. Then for 7 years he talks to no one, not a soul. Then, just as the remaining time is almost up, he contacts me in order to have this made. And then he dies. Starting to put the pieces together, are we? And you were being watched this whole time? Maybe not just me. Maybe you were too. Me? Okay, let's ask about Zach Gramarye. I met Zach through that case, actually. You mean the shooting of Magnifi Gramarye? No, before that, it's not widely known. You mean the accident? During the quick draw shoot in practice? My, you're well informed. You should have seen me back then. I dug up quite the scoop. I wanted it all. Money, fame, women, a little puppy, all for me. I was younger then, and my days and nights smelled of fresher mint than they do now. Valant Gramarye did mention one particularly nosy reporter. In fact, I was on close speaking terms with Magnifi Gramarye at the time. I knew his daughter too, of course. Thalassa, was it? Really? Then Thalassa disappeared quite suddenly at that, and Magnifi wouldn't say a word about it. Yeah, my evil habit got the better of me. Journalists can't just send him a scoop, goes on feeding frenzy, end quote. I set up a one-on-one interview with Thalassa's husband, see? Zach Gramarye. Something strange was in the air over at Troop Gramarye in those days. The whole screwy mentor-controlling disciple scene had started by then, I'm guessing. Thalassa, she was part of it all, right? Come on, you can tell me off the record. Sorry, I don't know. Anyway, I kept crying and eventually became friends with Zach. Sure, he punched me once or twice or 5 times, but over time he came to see me as his confidant. Okay, let's ask about Valant. He's been waiting this whole time, 7 years, eh? Waiting? For his big comeback, of course. A big revival of the Magnifi miracle. Of course it was all a dream. Because of this. The performance rights. In the absence of any official documents, he was golden. Who's to say the old man didn't give his rights to both Zach and Valant? So Valant waited until Zach died, legally at least. The time finally comes and Valant's like a kid on Christmas morning. He's getting ready for his show at the Sunshine Coliseum, you know. If that document sees the legal light of day, it's going to put a bit of a damper on the big show. He's a sorry one, that Valant Gramarye. Lost out to his partner at work and in love too. Love? It's the same old story, really. 2 disciples and their mentor's only daughter. One has 3 sides and all of them pointy. A love triangle. That is pretty classic. When you're in a performing troupe, that's your world. It's like family. One with an entire high school's worth of drama, intrigue, and backstabbing. And in the middle of all this, Thalassa has Trucy. And then she dies. I need to find out more about this Thalassa. Okay, maybe we can present something to Burchell. Maybe I can just present Thalassa's profile. Or maybe not. Trucy's locket. Mr. Burchell, do you know this person? Do I know that person? Of course. I was friends with Zach after all. He hit me a few times, 5 times actually. But still I never forget its wife. Thalassa Gramarye. Magnifi Gramarye's only daughter. Do you think you could tell me more about her? Well, why the heck not? Okay, let's ask him about Thalassa. So, Thalassa married Zach and had Trucy, see? It was her second marriage, actually. You mean she was divorced? I hadn't heard this one before. Not quite. Her late husband was a performer too. Apparently he died during some gig. Tragic, really. They had only been married 1 year. I didn't know. Ah, but she was a beauty. I still carry a portrait photo of her around, you know. I've known Trucy since she was a little thing too. She got the better deal, really. She got you for family after all. Huh? What do you mean? just reminiscing, you know. The lass has another child besides Trucy and Crow. What? But Trucy said she was an only child. Ah yes, this one she had with her previous husband. Her previous husband? Her first husband who died during the performance. Yep, they have themselves a kid. Another orphan now. That's another one who slipped through the cracks, no idea where they are now. The Lassa had another child? Do you think I could borrow that photo? Sure, I can be generous on occasion, you know. Okay, so this is where things get really interesting, because there is actually a very big hint in the photo of the Lassa as to who her child might be. You might have already, if you've got really keen eyes, you might have already spotted it. But I will tease it just in case. So yeah, so if I go to the photo, don't those bracelets she's wearing look very familiar? There's an attorney that we are very familiar with, or getting more familiar with at least, who wears a bracelet very similar to the ones that the Lassa is wearing. So that is your little tease and little hint as to who the Lassa's mystery firstborn might be. But yeah, apologies again guys if I sound a bit rough. Again, I am dealing with cold symptoms, so if like you can hear like stuff catching in my throat or anything through the mic, I do apologise, but I can only do so much about it right now. I am trying to drink plenty to try and clear my throat, so But yeah, there we go. So we have finished with Drew Studio in the present. The plot had finally begun to reveal itself. It sprouted from a warp in the Gramarye fabric and grew, swallowing everything, wrapping itself around the Gramarye's power. A power which passed from Magnifique Gramarye to the Lassa to the next generation, and I would once again need to meet the one who bridged it all together. Okay, so we have finished with Drew Studio, so I think we need to go back to Borscht Ball Club now to speak to Zack again. So, yeah, the Cyclops. So let's see if we can get Zack to tell us about the Gramarye secret. Okay, so we now know that that Zack doesn't want to talk about his wife probably because of the accident. So I think we present the portrait here, though I am just gonna check. So let me Oh no, we present the stamp, okay. The three of you were a team once. Not that the entire country doesn't already know. At your peak, you were the biggest stars around. Yet, there's another story behind the fame, one that not many know. Thalassa lost her life during a rehearsal to you and Valant Gramarye's bullets. It was an accident. It wasn't me. How could I shoot my dear Thalassa? I'm sure Valant will say the same thing. Why, it's just like another murder I might mention. Damn you. Her eyes, I loved Thalassa's eyes. To think they could read my mind was frightening. Yet there was a warmth in them that felt like an embrace. She is dead and Magnifique Gramarye has joined her. So the only one with her power left now is Trucy. Yeah, I wonder, I mean, I would think Zack would know about the fact that Thalassa had a firstborn. Mr. Zack, I do not know. I don't need any power to see through that one, buddy. So there's someone else, someone other than Trucy, someone who inherited Thalassa's power. Haha, how would I know? My chances are slim. It would take a miracle to learn the truth. Or maybe one has already cared. Oh, wait, is this it? Are we gonna reveal it right now? Oh my god, okay. Yeah, what if by some miracle, although he didn't know it at the time, what if Mr. Right has already met Thalassa Gramarye's missing son? Oh baby, I have chills right now, I'm not even gonna lie. But yeah, Thalassa's missing son is none other than Apollo Justice. This boy, his name is, I forget, something weird. Who could he be? An attorney? Attorney? I noticed him when I went to visit a friend's law offices. So, what are we to make of this, oh great ex-attorney? You can show me pictures of strange boys all you like. But you could at least say something like, I'm this boy. I can use a laugh. Perhaps you wouldn't laugh if you knew the facts. This might not be 100% proof, but it's close. There's a link between this boy and Thalassa. Actually, it's more of a ring. A ring? Perhaps this will refresh your memory. So yeah, this is where we present the portrait. Actually, I know something. Your marriage to Thalassa was her second. How did you know this? Her first husband, he died a year after they were wed, yes. He was a performer. They met when they joined us Gramaryes as a guest in our show. After Thalassa wed him, she left the troupe for a while. And you say she had a child then? I have a photograph of her here. I couldn't help notice what she was wearing when I first saw this. Those bracelets stand out. They are a Gramarye family heirloom. This boy wears a bracelet just like the ones in the picture. What? So that's why. Why what, Mr. Zack? I took this photograph of Thalassa before she left us. When she returned, she wore only one bracelet. I bet I know where that other one went. She gave it to this boy, her son. So Thalassa knows that Apollo is her son. I mean, yeah, of course she knows that, but yeah. There's another secret about Thalassa that's yet to come to light. His strange power, I myself do not know from where it comes. Yet the fact is it is passed down the Gramarye line. It runs in their veins. What is it? I asked her, Thalassa once. This is what she told me. Her power responds to tension in others. Tension? If she were to face a person and they became tense even slightly, then she would know no matter how hard they tried to hide it from her. So she could see it. Not quite. This is the strangest part of it all. She wouldn't realize that she was subconsciously detecting the tension without the use of a particular object, or in her case, objects. Wait, were they something she wore? Yes, her bracelets. I admit the first time I saw one of those, I felt there was more to it than just fashion. But what kind of power could a bracelet have? I have made a decision. I will tell you all I know. Consider it a gift. Okay, Trucy and Apollo. Well, I hardly need you to tell me at this point, but those two are brother and sister, yes. So yeah, Trucy and Apollo have no idea they are actually blood brother and sister. Although technically they're half brother because Apollo's father is the lasses' first husband, whereas Trucy's father is obviously Zach Gramarye. So, Trucy has an older brother. I wonder what will come of that. Mr. Wright, tonight, after our game is done, I will return to a life of hiding. I would not see her live her life without knowing. I understand. I'll tell the two of them when the time is right. I am in your debt, once again. No kidding. What I want to know is how all this got to be so messed up. Okay, and the bracelets? Those bracelets are made of a special alloy. It is said to expand and shrink very slightly in response to body warmth. So they're temperature sensitive or something? Yes. This is how they can shrink to the exact size of their wearer's wrist. And this has something to do with the power? What have I told you? The Gramarye power reacts to tension in others. When a Gramarye senses tension, they too become tense. And this tension translates into minute contractions of the muscles. So minute they cannot sense it on their own. Their muscles? Oh, so that's what the bracelets are for. With a bracelet on, one can sense these contractions. Because a bracelet is always a perfect fit. So when the person they're watching gets tense, the bracelet feels tighter on their wrist. Precisely, but that alone doesn't really count as mind reading. I believe I understand how the process works from there. It's a simple question of eyesight. Eyesight? I guess that sounds simple enough. Okay, let's learn more about eyesight. Have you ever heard of kinetic vision? Something about the ability to see moving objects with full clarity, right? I've heard of it before. They say athletes can see a moving ball like it was stopped if they focus. Oh, but it's not confined to sports alone. It all relies on the ability to focus. When we focus, we can see many things. Oh my god. Bear with me, guys. Ugh, I can feel myself progressively getting more and more stuffy, which is really annoying because I'm trying to read. Therein lies one of the secrets of magic. Oh. Oh. One must know the mind of a crowd before one may distract it. You know what? I am gonna go without headphones for a little bit because I don't think wearing headphones is helping the stuffiness. Because obviously, when you wear headphones, it can block your ears. So I'm gonna try going without headphones for a little bit and seeing if like the stuffiness goes away. So basically what you're saying is the Gramaryes can see really well. For them, seeing is more than believing, it is knowing. Their power relies on eyesight combined with exceptional focus. Things are starting to come into focus for me too. Of course it is difficult to maintain such levels of focus for any length of time, but what if someone could tell you when to focus? Or something. Precisely. But wait, Trucy doesn't have any bracelets. You are talking about poker, yes. Timing of when to focus is so elementary, she probably does it without thinking. I doubt Trucy herself has realized this. That is all I know of things Gramarye. Thank you, Mr. Zack. If this voice bracelet is the real thing, then he will use it before long, like he has been doing, thereby awakening his power. I'll keep that in mind. Well, shall we play a game? Ah, I've said so much. Let me say one more thing. I will tell you of that night. That night? The night my mentor, Magnifie Gramarye, passed from the world to the next. There were 2 pistols and 2 letters sent. This was Magnifie's test. A test? In its last years, Magnifie Gramarye worked us to the bone. No, to the pain. But that night, I could not shoot him, so I shot the clown's forehead instead. That means Volant killed Magnifie. Oh. This, it seems, was the correct answer. Take this, I give my art to you, Zack. What? It is thanks for playing along with my show. You shot well tonight, Zack. Though I would not have minded dying by your hand. How could I shoot you? You're my mentor. Bah, I thought you might say that. If I went home without shooting anything, what would you have done then? Then, of course, I would have given Volant his chance. Pardon me. And if I had shot you in the forehead instead, then it would be over. If you or Volant were to shoot me in the head, then I to the darkness would go and my art with me. A fitting end, don't you think? Ah, yet the sending too gives me no cause for regret. I thank you, Zack. And I am sorry. I have done much that was wrong in my day. It seems to me that Magnifie wanted you to be a successor all along. That's why the time he gave you was earlier than Volant's. Perhaps, but it is not something we will ever know for sure now. I wonder, what is Volant up to these days? Waiting for you to die. If 7 years pass like this, the performance rights go to him. Ah, and now here I am and his dream is ended. It's worse than that, actually. Public opinion's a fickle thing, you know. What? You don't mean to tell me they put the blame for our mentor's death on him? The trial ended when you vanished, Mr. Zack. There were even rumors that Volant had helped you pull it off. But that's madness. Well, it seems that before I can once again disappear from this world, I have one more act to perform. Huh? Isn't it odd that sorting out my life should prove so complicated, even though I'm dead? That night, Zack Gramarye was killed. He died as Shady Smith, a mysterious traveler with a secret past. But he left one thing behind before he parted. This. His confession, to use as I saw fit. Of course, he killed no one. This was his way of tying up loose ends with his old partner, Volant Gramarye. Okay, Zack's confession has been added to the court record. And there we go. So, I think now we are meant to go to the Sunshine Coliseum because I think we're saving Gavin for last. I'm just gonna check that. Yep. Okay, so we need to talk to Volant. So we're gonna go to Sunshine Coliseum. Well, this is a blast from the distant past. Long time no see, Mr. Volant. 7 years has it been? Frankly, I didn't think I'd ever see you again. Actually, I came because there's something I want to ask you. I've spoken to the press. I've nothing more to say. I've spoken to a lot of people myself and come to some conclusions. But then I realized I needed to hear it from you. Okay, let's talk to him about Magnifi. I've walked a difficult road these past 7 years because you couldn't perform Magnifi's repertoire. Do not be deceived. The Lance skill is the real deal. I do not require my mentor's hand-me-downs. No, it was my partner who slowed me on my way, Zach Gramarye. His rather well-performed disappearing act 7 years ago was the end. Or so I thought. Zach Gramarye murdered our mentor and fled to escape punishment for his crime. You said something to that effect 7 years ago, didn't you? I remember it as if it were only yesterday. Yet that was not the way of it in the end. For a while he vanished, the suspicions upon my own person never did. His partner Zach vanished to protect him. That's what those thieving magpies of a press said. I had no idea. Yeah, that very same press comes to me now, feigning interest. They cover the greatest magic show in history as if it were a vaudevillain distraction. And here I must stand, smiling at them all. What am I if not a player in some fiendish farce? Might I suggest it's because she never made it clear what happened? Magnifi's death is still a mystery to this day, which is why I came here to get the answer from you. Okay, Cyclops. I knew I'd be seeing these sooner or later. The audience has no business stepping upon the stage. They must be content to sit and stare at the spotlight. That sounds an awful lot like something I heard 7 years ago. Okay, let's present the Magatama. Ask what you will, you'll get nothing from me. I'm as much a part of this affair as you are now. I have to know what happened. For 7 long years I have endured. Now, finally, the curtain lifts on my new golden age. All the miracles of our truth within my grasp. Sorry to do this, Valant, but right now I need answers. I think I'll start by dropping a bomb. That should shake things up. Valant, I wouldn't be so sure about those miracles. Not as long as I have this. Yeah, the transferal of rights. And what might that be? I see it bears a Gramarye seal. I should have brought this to your attention sooner, but I didn't imagine you'd be planning your comeback quite so fast. What is this? A document showing the true recipient of the performance rights to Magnifi's miracles. Well, what? Zach Gramarye? He wrote this? What? He passed everything to his daughter? Trucy Enigmar. Actually, she's officially my daughter these days. Preposterous. Zach is gone, vanished into the void. This is a genuine article. Zach was alive when he wrote this. Both myself and the notary can testify to this. Wah! Why? Why does fate toy with me so? Why must my life be lived in thrall to the dead? You're not the only one with that problem. But he shot Magnifi. Yes, it was Zach. It was. And then he left, and my career as a magician fell into darkness. Did you think there might be some way out of it? Say if you could prove Zach Gramarye shot Magnifi. Was that why you testified? Yes, my way out. It should have been my way out. Well, it might not be too late, Mr. Valant. All you need is a way to prove your case. Who really killed Magnifi Gramarye? Zach's confession, maybe? Yeah, I think it's gotta be that, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm on the right line. I believe I have the answer to your prayers right here. Zach Gramarye wrote one more thing before passing on. This is a confession, in which he admits to the killing of Magnifi Gramarye. See, all according to your plan. I am a magician by trade. Deception is my life's work. I fool the audience, give them a fleeting dream. Yet, it seems the tables have turned. Now I am the audience, believing in the deceptions I have wrought upon myself. Zach wrote this right in front of me. after I explained your situation to him. Alakazam! There we go, the Cyclops have been broken. So now we can ask him about Magnify. You do know that this confession is nothing but lies? Yes, it's my opinion that Zach Gramarye killed no one. Then you must be thinking the truth is a simple matter of elimination. Two received instructions to kill, but if one is innocent, then the one who remains is guilty. That would be the logical conclusion, yes. So he managed to protect me as partner. Ha 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 ha! A stirring tale, 'tis true. Did you shoot Magnify Gramarye in the forehead? If I had and I told you, what would you do? Run to the police perchance? Do as you will. There is nothing left for me now. It is true after all. I have little talent. I needed my mentor Magnify's repertoire. It was as if a little demon grabbed hold of me. I knew it. So Valanque Gramarye did kill the great Magnify. Heh 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 heh. Ha 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 ha. So sorry, Mr. Wright, but it was not I who shot my mentor. Well, what? Then if it wasn't you, then who was it? There wasn't another disciple, was there? Another disciple such as, I don't know, Nakan Talent Gramarye maybe? Your wild fancy couldn't be further from the truth. Only Zach and Valanque received those threatening letters, but there was another. One more person could have fired that pistol that night. I don't suppose you figured it out by now? Yep, here we go. This is the big secret, the final big secret of the Gramaryes. So, what's the missing link here? We know that there was Zach Gramarye, Valanque Gramarye, Magnify Gramarye who got killed, but who is the missing link? Then it had to be the only other person at the scene, which means... Oh, wait. You don't mean... Yes, the great Magnify Gramarye... Oh, wait, never mind. I was getting way too excited there. Yes, the great Magnify Gramarye himself. So he committed suicide? Ooh. So Magnify Gramarye committed suicide? You find it hard to believe? To be honest, I hadn't even imagined it as a possibility. When I arrived that night, the old man was still alive. He appeared to be asleep. I could not shoot him, but when I turned and made to leave the room, the old man called out to me. So you spoke of Magnify Gramarye? Yes, and this is why I knew what he had done. Magnify transferred the rights to his repertoire to my partner Zach Gramarye, not me. I see. Then I guess I owe you an apology. I always thought you were the one who did it. You owe me no apology. Huh? My crime was in a way more serious than that of murder. What? Your crime? Is Valanque Gramarye confessing something to me? What could be more serious than murder? Okay, Valanque's crime? You see, I knew that 2 letters had been sent. There are no secrets between partners. It was easy to find out. Is he confessing that he was the one who killed Thalassa back in that accident? That was when I understood Magnify's plan. He wanted to die by one of your hands. Little did I expect it had anything to do with the rights to his repertoire. That was when I heard it. The little demon whispering inside my heart. The demon. Let me confess, I had intended to shoot Magnify, and I planned on framing my partner for the crime. But what? That night, I prepared something before going to Magnify's hospital room, which was IV fluid, of course. I'd seen it on an earlier visit. If Zach did not shoot, I would do the deed. Then I would use the IV liquid to place the murder on his hands. That was my plan. But you didn't shoot him. I could not. The demon in my heart fled when the moment came, but then Magnify called me back. I am sorry, Valanque. I am giving my magic to Zach, not you. You still lack the draw he has. Please help him if you can. I left the room. and then I stopped. The shock of what I had just been told consumed me. That is when I heard that fateful gunshot. Magnavy Gramarye killing himself. Then the demon awoke anew within me. Zack killed him, he was the one. Frame him, and the magic will be yours. I altered the scene of his suicide. I took the pistol from his hand, wiped off the prints. Then I used a strange tab, the ivy liquid I brought. So in the end, things happened pretty much as planned. Magnavy died and you framed Zack for his murder. As planned, indeed. Of course, the outcome was somewhat different than what I had anticipated. Well, what do you think? Do you believe my story? Can it be believed truly? That was 7 years ago. I don't know what to believe, but yes, I'm glad I heard it from you, Mr. Valant. Thank you. It is I who should be thanking you, Mr. Wright. Only when I had lost everything could I make my decision. You're going to turn yourself in? My partner may have vanished, but not so my guilt. And as my guilt stays, all else begins to leave me. My friends, my performance rights, my magic. I've had enough of vanishing acts. I understand. I thought my life was ruled by a dead man. But I find I was wrong. For Zack Gramarye was alive. Well, not anymore. And now it occurs to me, what if he was not the only one who survived? What do you mean? You see, now that I think about it, I realize that we never saw proof of her demise. We never saw her body. Her? The mind races and the mouth flaps on. My apologies, forget this matter. I can only hope that the day will come when I again meet my partner, Zack Gramarye. Then I shall apologize for my terrible mistake. I am glad we had this chance to talk. Thank you. Zack Gramarye, Shady Smith, whichever name you prefer, he is no longer with us. The truth revealed in that trial was only a sliver, and the impenetrable darkness that remained has taken another life. I knew what I had to do to push back the darkness for good, and it would involve paying that man a visit. Okay, it's time to tie up the only loose end left in the Mason system. We are going to go to Solitary Cell 13, and we are going to break that new type of Psyche-Lock that Christoph Gavin has awoken, I guess. There we go. So let's do it. Sorry, sir. Prisoner Christoph Gavin is currently occupied. I see. Do you know when he'll be finished? Well, could you go find out? Certainly, sir. Please wait here a moment. My apologies to the guard, but there's something I need to see. Oh, this is the perfect opportunity. Time to see what is in this mysterious yellow envelope. There it is, the yellow envelope. And the sender is Drew Misham. I was right. When I arrived at the studio, Mr. Misham was at his desk. He seemed to be writing a letter, but he quickly sealed the envelope. It was a yellow envelope. I heard it was left at the crime scene. If this is the last letter that Drew Misham ever wrote, then there's something I need to do. The last thing I need to do, in fact. Here goes. Let's see if this Africa 9 spray finds anything. Okay, let's spray where the stamp is. Oh, there it is. There's poison on it. So this was Drew Misham's messenger of death. It was this stamp, alright, no mistaking it. And his last letter was sent to Christoph Gavin. The interview request came like you said it would, and they're looking into the case. I swear on my life I won't tell them about you, so please release the spell you put on my daughter. I'll write later with a report. Finally, decisive evidence. What's this? A burglar in jail? Gavin, I didn't know you moonlighted in larceny, right? Gavin, there's something I have to ask you. Can I steal your stuff? The answer is no. My apologies, but there's not much I care to discuss. Vera Misham hasn't received her verdict yet. You follow me, Gavin? There are no known survivors of atrocinine poisoning. Just had an itch near my ear. There we go. There are no... Yeah, I already read that. Well, it never hurts to hope. Okay, I'll be leaving now then. Right? Wait. Yeah, Gavin. Would you mind leaving that letter? It's private. Oh, sorry. Forgot I had it. Many thanks. Wait, there was a camera on his hat? Whoa! We've now seen all the clues in this case. Clues I gathered over 7 long years. Now it is time. Every story has an ending. We've come to the final chapter, the final trial. Find the truth, you're the only ones who can. Hi, honey.
Hi, sweetie.
Want to say hello to my viewers?
Hi.
Okay, let's save, and yep, moving on to the final trial of the game. Ooh. I might actually finish this game today. I didn't think I'd get through the investigation section that quickly. We shall see though. Welcome to court. 7 years, all leading to one verdict. A verdict which you must decide. Is the defendant Vera Misham innocent or guilty? The courtroom doors are opening, the trial awaits. Are you ready to begin? Something inside me, rising, surfacing. Something important, lost long ago. It's close now, so close. Court is now in session for the trial of Vera Misham. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, why do I keep tripping over my own mouth? Prosecution's ready to rock. Prosecutor Gavin, how is the defendant Vera Misham's condition? Acute atrocinine poisoning. According to her physician, she could die at any time. Thus, her absence from the courtroom today. What? They can't put her on trial without her being here. It is unusual. They should wait for her to get better and do it then. It's so bureaucratic of them. That's being a little harsh. They can't delay the trial any longer, or they risk having no one left to try. A trial without a verdict can only cause grief. The records of this case and experience tell us this. Apologies to the defendant, but the show must go on. Right, if Vera dies, the trial will be cancelled. I'm not going to let that happen. Mr. Wright told me everything that's been going on behind the curtain all these years. I'm going to get Vera her innocent verdict while there's still time. Very well, your opening statement, Prosecutor Gavin. The prosecution's case is unchanged by recent events. Why did Vera Misham succumb to poison? Because she couldn't live with the guilt of what she'd done. But Vera was poisoned with atrocinine, the exact same poison that took her father's life. What better confession could you ask for? Being the killer, she would have had access to the poison. Significant since it's rather hard to come by. That is true. In other words, I see no need for further discussion. We could have had our verdict yesterday. Well, Mr. Justice, if you have no objections, I see no reason to postpone a verdict. What we need to worry about isn't the verdict, but the trial itself. The defense holds that Vera Misham is the victim, not the killer. If that's so, then you have to prove something. She was in court giving her testimony before us. How do you propose her killer poisoned her? Oh, and incidentally, it would be nice if you told us who her mystery killer was. The prosecution's objection is sustained. I ask the defense to prove its claims to the court. Tell us how Vera Misham was poisoned. I've got two things to prove here. Who did it and how. Which to hit first. I mean, surely the who would be first.
Well, the how may lead to the who.
True. The how. The kitty. Yeah, we're gonna do the how first. The howie. How did the killer poison Vera Misham? I will focus first on the method used. Any comments before we begin, Prosecutor Gavin? Not a bottle or container of the poison was found on the defendant's body. I see. So the vector of poisoning is unknown. Is the defense prepared to prove how the poison reached Vera Misham? Yes, Your Honor. I think I just remembered how the poison was distributed? Administered. There we go. That's the word. Thank you, honey.
You're welcome.
Yes, Your Honor. Very well. What method was used to poison Vera Misham? Where is it? 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 Nail polish. What's this? My, what a beautiful bottle. I'd like to give whoever designed that a hand. Is that nail polish? It's colorless. Ah, something the matter? No, nothing. Nothing at all. So the killer put poison in this bottle and made her drink it? As Prosecutor Gavin has told us, this is nail polish. Nail polish? It's like paint for nails. Know any women with red nails? Ah, my wife has red nails. I see, so she's been painting them all this time. Let's recall yesterday's trial. Remember when Vera was testifying to the court? Court is now back in session. Yep, she was biting her nails. And what did her nails have on them? Poison.
Poison.
Vera seems pretty tense. She's practically chewing her fingernails clean off. Whenever Vera became nervous, she had a habit of biting her nails. Her nails. Ah! Prosecutor Gavin, when the prosecution had Vera examined, did they check her nails? Bailiff, have them check the defendant's nails at once. Mr. Justice. Yes. Do you know who did this? Do you know who put poison in that nail polish? Yes. That bottle belongs to Vera Misham? Why do you ask? Know someone else who might have a bottle like this? I wonder. No, just checking. Mr. Justice, you are about to accuse someone of poisoning that bottle of nail polish. Please dispense with the chatter. You realize the weight of this accusation? Here, let me show you. Oh my god, 2 bars. Understood, Your Honor. No problem. I know what I'm doing this time. Then let us ask, who poisoned Vera Misham via her nail polish? Christoph Gavin. Well, what's this? Christoph Gavin? What's your game? My bro? There's no way he could do a thing like that. You should know that better than anyone else. Indeed. He is behind bars. I know. However, that doesn't mean it was impossible to do what he did. What? Ask yourself when he put the poison in the bottle. It could have been yesterday, it could have been a month ago, maybe it was a year ago, or perhaps it was 7 years ago. But Christopher Gavin had no motive for killing this poor girl. It's simply inconceivable. Prosecutor Gavin doesn't seem to think so. Yeah, he's sweating bullets over there. Look at him. That face tells me one thing. Christopher Gavin's own younger brother doesn't find it inconceivable at all. Well, Prosecutor Gavin, if you feel there is a clear and pressing need, then we may have to summon Christopher Gavin from jail as a special witness. Fine. I've known for some time that an impenetrable darkness lurked at the bottom of this. A darkness that has swallowed even myself. Okay, the defense's wish is granted. Let prisoner Christopher Gavin take the stand. Bailiff, begin proceedings to call a special witness. The witness is Christopher Gavin, currently residing in solitary cell 13 at Central Prison. Ah, Your Honor, how nice to see you again. It's been quite a while, hasn't it? To what do I owe the pleasure of your company? It's not every day I'm summoned from my solitary cell. In fact, it's never. I think you already know, Mr. Christopher Gavin. Ah, Mr. Justice, I hear you've been doing quite well for yourself. Ack, why do I feel like somehow he's still my boss? Stiff upper lip, Apollo. You can do it. Does this bottle look familiar? Ariadne nail polish? Why yes, I use it myself. As did the late defendant, I hear. She's not dead yet. And was there something concerning this bottle you wish to ask me about? I admit I respect her for her taste in nail polish. Her taste indeed. This nail polish was how Vera Mission was poisoned. Atroquinine, was it? You're well informed about the case, Mr. Gavin. Even in solitary, much comes to my desk and I have nothing to do but read. Well, Clavier, maybe you can explain this? You're being accused again. By him, again. Ah, and you agree with his accusation, do you? Let's hold a proper trial, shall we? Christopher Gavin, your testimony, please. I'd be delighted. The charges against you are quite severe, Mr. Gavin. You are suspected of the poisoning of the defendant, Vera Mission. Please testify on this matter to the court. Okay, so owning the same nail polish does not a murderer make. I have been in solitary confinement for half a year. How can I poison her? Her father died of the same poison, the meaning of which should be clear. The prosecution's case holds she poisoned her father, then attempted to poison herself. Surely you aren't going to suggest I was responsible for poisoning her father too. Well, I'm afraid the defense's claim is sounding rather unlikely. Naturally, for one, I don't even know the missions. Isn't that so, Mr. Justice? Very well, Mr. Justice, begin your cross-examination. I'm accusing Christopher Gavin, my ex-boss, but I know he poisoned the missions. The question is, when could he have done it? Not to mention why. Okay. Earning the same nail polish does not a murderer make. I have been in solitary. So, usually if the bracelet isn't read out, it means that there's something to perceive. So I'm just looking to see if his mannerisms change on any of the statements. Ooh. I wonder if that's a statement because his mannerisms changed. Like maybe he pushes his glasses up or something. Right. Doobie-doobie-doo. Yep, I am bang on the money. I just need to perceive the right part of the statement and get the tell right. Where? There we go. triangle. I wonder if I'm remembering this spot on. But I'll play through the statement. Okay, maybe it's not the glasses. I'll hear again. Where else could the tell be? Is it his hand? Don't mind Fred, he's just getting annoyed at San Andreas, as per usual.
Because these pricks are changing lanes, not indicating as per usual.
Where is this tell? Okay. Oh wow, that is minute. Okay, right. There we go. Just get it at the right moment. Aha, there we go. So he's got a scar on his hand and it's flaring up when he brings up her father. Gotcha! It was you who killed Drew Misham. A bluff worthy of your new mentor, Mr. Wright. Oh, really? But you see, I saw it. Right when you said her father, too. Your hand tensed unnaturally and a little devil appeared to give me the news. And let's assume for the sake of argument that you saw me being tense. What does that mean? Are all tense witnesses guilty? And tell me, was Drew Misham fond of nail polish too? Sorry, but there's more than one way to poison a man. You don't need nail polish to get someone's mouth. Ah. Then I must be very talented indeed. You see, Drew Misham was killed on October 6th, while I was already in my solitary confinement cell at Central Prison. If that's not an alibi, then I don't know what is. But you found a way all the same, and I found it too. This is how you poison Mr. Misham. Now, the red envelope. Wait, hang on. Yeah. My. And here I thought you'd come so far, huh? I admire how you, lacking any confidence whatsoever, choose to barrel on. Your defense wait, oh, I got that wrong? Come on. Is it the coffee cup? How did the killer get to his victim when the killer was in jail? There's so much evidence of poison on it. Coffee cup. Oh my god. I got it wrong again. There's so many evidence of poison on it. How am I meant to freaking narrow it down? Oh, this game is... okay. Right. There we go, commemorative stamp. I'm sure this commemorative stamp requires no introduction. The night Mr. Misham died, he was seen writing a letter. Atroquinine was found on this stamp, Mr. Gavin. So am I to understand this stamp was the murder weapon? Yes, you are. Oh, and yes. This stamp was found in your prison cell. That is all, Your Honor. Order, order, order. The poison on the back of that stamp. After Drew Mission was killed, someone paid a visit to this witness's cell. Phoenix Wright. Daddy? That's when he found the stamp. You made Drew Mission write you a letter. That's how you killed him. What? My. You've upset my poor brother to the point of uselessness. Allow me to clarify this matter, Justice. All you need to do is recall witness Spark Marshall's testimony. Well, that's the thing, see? After he put his letter in that envelope, Mr. Mission sat there searching his desk drawer for something. His desk drawer? Yes, the stamp, the so-called postage stamp, end quote. He was looking for a stamp. Ergo, he had no intention of using this stamp. What are you getting at? What I'm arriving at is this commemorative stamp was in a frame. It was mere coincidence and he used it that night. That would seem to be the case. Or perhaps you mean to suggest that I can somehow manipulate coincidence? He does have a point. How would this witness know if the victim was going to use the stamp? Without that, he couldn't have planned the murder. Well, why? Really, Clavier, you should be seeing through these weak spine bluffs by now. He's right, though. How could anyone have known Mr. Mission would use that stamp that night? Least of all, Christoph Gavin locked away in his cell. Well, it seems that the defense has run out of things to say. You'd assume he had something to say in the first place. I believe the defense's bluff has been called. The defense's bluff? I'm not sure I agree with you there, Krista. Clavier? Honestly, I wanted to believe you, but the defense wasn't trying to get away with a bluff. You were, Christoph. Well, what are you saying, Prosecutor Gavin? Her forehead? What was your accusation again? Huh? Oh, it was that. This poisoned stamp killed Drew Mission, yeah. To which my brother responded thusly. There was no way to know when Mission would use the stamp. Yes, that's right, which is why it couldn't have been planned. Tell me, it needs to be planned. Why? Why couldn't it have been a coincidence? The defense's case is simply that Drew Mission died by that stamp, that's all. Coincidence? Krista, you tried to slip out from under his accusation by changing the subjects. If that's not bluffing, what is it? What are you up to, Clavier? I could ask you the same question, Krista. Heh. I silenced the defense with the fewest words possible. It's called efficiency. But Mr. Gavin, that's impermissible testimony. Very well, I shall take his claim head on then. Justice? Well, what? You accuse me of Drew Mission's murder, yes? Then, allow me to ask you, what possible reason could I have to kill a painter? Apollo, motive! He's talking about a motive! Indeed. It's hard to see how an attorney could come to want to kill a painter. Now here's something. Why didn't he bring up the motive from the very beginning? Unless he was afraid it was a battle he might lose. So, what does it mean? It means there might be a weak spot. Maybe I have some evidence to prove a motive. A motive for murder. This is a vital, if not the most vital element in the case. Please consider this when making your statement. I'd say it's about this vital. That's pretty vital. Well, Mr. Justice, I'm going through with this no matter what. Understood, Your Honor? I'd like to present evidence. Then, let's see what you have for us. What reason did Christoph Gavin have for wanting to murder Drew Mission? Yeah, it's gotta be the red envelope. I'm just gonna check, because because I don't want to get it wrong. Yeah, okay, I'm right. Yay! Christopher Gavin's motive becomes clear when we consider why the stamp came to Drew Misham's studio in the first place. And why was that? Forgery, Your Honor. Go back 7 years. Drew Misham accepts his first job creating forged evidence. I've seen that before. A page from a diary, wasn't it? Magna V. Grammary's diary? Ah, when attorney Phoenix Wright lost his badge, yes. This was the evidence he presented to his loss. This evidence is a fake, yes. But did Mr. Wright request the forgery be made? That was never proven. The defense attorney on that case was Phoenix Wright. Who other than him, drunk with the prospect of victory, could have done it? And why would they? Just out of curiosity, do you remember this letter? This is the first page. And this is the second. Those were presented in court yesterday. This letter was sent to Drew Misham by the client who requested the forgery. The enclosed stamp was none other than the poison commemorative stamp. Drew Misham drew his last breath just the other day. However, the motive for his murder was already 7 years old. 7 years old? The client who requested this forgery was very cautious. He tried to erase anything and anyone with connections to the forgery to keep them from talking, but he made a mistake. The stamp was a picture of my favorite magician, so I kept it. Father took me when I was very young. It was a great magic show. I loved it so much. The killer's time bomb was delayed. The poison stamp was sealed within a glass frame, where it sat for 7 whole years. Her forehead? Do you understand what you're telling us? The one who schemed up the forged diary page was the one who poisoned the stamp, and it was Phoenix Wright who presented the forged evidence 7 years ago. Adding the two statements together, the one who schemed to kill Drew Misham was none other than Phoenix Wright.
Objection!
Sorry, but that's not how this is going to go down. Oh, then how will it go down? I checked through the records on that case when I found this. 7 years ago, just before the trial began. Oh boy. Here. What's this? I don't know, I just got it over there in the hall. They told me to give it to the old boy in the blue suit with the spiky hair. And one more thing. I'm sorry to have sprung this on you so suddenly. I received the files from your previous attorney only yesterday. I understand I am asking the impossible of you. Yes, well, you haven't really told me what happened yet. All we did was play cards, and that was enough. Phoenix Wright was put on the case the day before the trial started. He didn't have time to request a forgery. The day before? Now here's a question. Just who was Shady Enigmar's previous defense attorney? No, this can't all be. But it is all true. There was another man, a defense attorney with a badge on his collar. It was you, Christopher Gavin. Order, order, order! Well, what is the meaning of this, witness? I mean, defendant, or a former lawyer? Let me begin by denying this. It's easy enough to look up, Mr. Gavin, and impossible to prove if you can. Attorneys are registered with the court the day before the trial begins. In other words, no record remains in the court. How exactly did you intend to prove Phoenix Wright's claim? That would be difficult. I'm afraid this line of inquiry won't yield. Her forehead? Are you sure you don't have evidence? What's wrong with Prosecutor Gavin? He looks clammy. Evidence. Evidence that shows this man, Christopher Gavin, requested that forgery 7 years ago. Clavier? Just prove it. Clear up these doubts now or I swear I'm off this case. He must have thought of some evidence, Apollo. Prosecutor Gavin looks like he's in physical pain, that darkness. I have to pull that darkness out of him and prove this the only way I can. What proves Christopher Gavin's linked Drew mission? Well, Mr. Justice, you claim Christopher Gavin requested a forgery of Drew mission 7 years ago. Prove it. It can be proven. Simply ridiculous. Why even discuss it? This evidence does not... Are you telling the truth, Apollo Justice? I am. Then, I say we give him the benefit of the doubt. Very well, but if you're wrong about this, be prepared for a penalty. Objection! Your Honor, you do the defense in injustice. Mr. Justice is clearly passionate about his claim. Should the penalty not match his... Oh my god! It's now or never. I haven't given a penalty like that in a long time. Well, Mr. Justice? Fine, Your Honor. All I have to prove is any kind of link. Something that ties Christopher Gavin to Drew mission. And I have something that clearly does the job. Very well, Mr. Justice, present your evidence. Show us the link between our witness and Drew mission. I think it's the yellow envelope. Is it? Where, let me... yeah, let's examine. But yeah, I'm just gonna check. Yeah, there we go. Yep, I thankfully had the right evidence, so I'm gonna present it. This evidence proves there's a link. That scrap of paper, I'm afraid I can't let you submit that. Is there some problem? There is. How could you possibly have that? You couldn't. Hey, that's Daddy's handwriting. Mr. Wright's handwriting? What is the meaning of this? Ah, I see now. Yes, of course. What do you mean, of course? I just remembered I had a visitor yesterday. Phoenix Wright came to my cell, except I wasn't there. Phoenix Wright? When I returned, I saw he had something of mine in his possession. Of course, I had no intention of letting him get away with reading my private mail. Mail? You mean this letter was in your cell? No. However, it appears Mr. Wright has yet to be cured of his bad forging habit. Well, if it's a forgery, it's not a very good one. The handwriting's terrible. This is Mr. Wright's reproduction of what was written in the real letter. Reproduction? When Mr. Wright visited Christopher Gavin's cell, he brought with him a small video camera. What? He recorded his entire conversation with you, Gavin, and the contents of your personal mail. Heh. Regardless, this mockery of a piece of evidence will never be accepted by the court. Evidence based on a video a man with no authority whatsoever claims he took. A man who happens to be an ex-attorney suspected of forgery. Prosecutor Gavin? Prosecutor Gavin? As embarrassing as this is for me to say, I'm afraid my brother is incapable of making rational judgments at the moment. Your Honor, your decision, please. The defense's claim is denied. What? Only actual evidence is permitted in a court of law. Please remove the defense's evidence from the record. Better luck next time, Justice. Oh, that slimy weasel. Well, we've certainly taken a detour from our cross-examination. but the defense appears to be lacking proof. I'm forced to end the cross-examination of Christoph Gavin at this point. Apollo, do something. I'm thinking, but without evidence, I don't have anything I can use on him. Very well, this ends the special witness's cross-examination. The show's over, yet the crowd screams for more. Only now do I understand why. Prosecutor Gavin? Frankly, I'm relieved. This has been bothering me for 7 whole years, and I'm tired of the whole youthful angst scene. Now's our chance. Let's clean out the family closet, eh, Krista? Clavier, you're spinning out of control. Calm yourself before you say something you'll regret. Spinning out of whose control? Mine or yours? Take a moment to consider everything you've built. Your reputation as a prosecutor, your fame with the masses. You could lose it all, Clavier. Apollo, did you see that? He's trying to press Prosecutor Gavin. Prosecutor Gavin, try to remember what's really important to you. You amuse me, her forehead. I couldn't forget what's really important to me even if I tried. In fact, I haven't, not even once. 7 years ago. Finally, you just couldn't resist, could you? Her right? Resist what? Presenting solid evidence? Might I request we put the current cross-examination on hold? The prosecution would like to call a new witness. State your name and occupation for the record. I'm familiar with the trial. I've watched the video several times. Think you find anything unnatural about it? Unnatural? Well, you did seem unusually well prepared. I mean, Mr. Wright had only just presented his evidence, and the next moment you call into remission. It was almost as if what? Funny, it didn't even occur to me to wonder. But now that I do, I see there's only one possible explanation. Almost as if from the very beginning, you knew Mr. Wright was going to present that evidence. Ah, correct. I knew that if I applied the usual pressure, Phoenix Wright would eventually come up with that forged diary page. Don't do this, Clavier. I knew because you told me, Christoph. Whoa, what? It was the night before the trial. Clavier, Krista, odd seeing you at the prosecutor's office the day before the trial. Ah, I won't be appearing in the trial actually. Huh, why not? I won't be facing off with you on your first trial apparently, but in exchange I brought information. Information? The attorney will be there in my place tomorrow is not to be trusted. Don't even give him the benefit of your respect. Listen, I want you to call in a special witness. Then, I wondered about it at the time. How did Christoph know so much? Prosecutor Gavin. Krista, we were supposed to face each other in that trial. A fair fight, brother to brother. I deserve that much. You let me borrow the victim's belongings. You showed me all your research on the case. The victim's belongings? Which would have included Magpie's diary, wouldn't it? Mr. Gavin? My, Clavier, you disappoint me. You find trees, yet miss the forest. You're the one missing the forest, Mr. Gavin. You can't sweep this under the rug. Not anymore. Tell me what was going on behind that trial. Why not? I've achieved what I came here to do. I see no harm in a little reminiscing. Apollo! I think we're finally going to shine a light on the black belly of this thing, Trucy. We've done everything we could. I hope it's enough. 7 years ago, the day before the trial, I visited the detention center at the request of my client, Zach Gramarye. 2 cards. 1 card. Showdown time. Enough. You lose, Gavin. Thanks for the work. Now go. To be honest, I don't know what his reasons were to this day. As far as I could tell, he dismissed me as his representation because I lost in a game of poker. I can come to no other conclusion. Daddy used to say something, if you want to know a man, you have to compete. Zach wasn't watching his points or the cards. He was watching the man behind the cards, Christoph Gavin. I couldn't believe it. Phoenix Wright, a second-rate attorney who relies on luck and bluffs. He dismissed me and went with that pitiful excuse for a man. He deserved to die for that error alone. Hold it. So, the one who requested that forgery was... Oh, I'm not admitting to anything. My point is, these 2 men shamed me and I could not forgive that. Phoenix Wright and Zach Gramarye both deserved what they got. So you asked Mr. Misham to forge that evidence so he could win? But then when you were dismissed as Zach Gramarye's attorney, you used your forged evidence as a trap. You fed me information about the forgery you made. Then you gave your dirty evidence to him. You're free to imagine what you will. My point is that all I had imagined came to pass. Everything went perfectly. Ha. Ha ha ha. Incredible. If I wasn't laughing, I'd weep. Prosecutor Gavin, perfectly. You're mad, Christoph. Stop fooling yourself. What are you talking about, Clavier? Tell me, how did that trial end? Cancelled when the defendant vanished. Ah, I get it. So, Christoph, you've been living in fear for 7 years. What? You were afraid your forgery would be revealed and your reputation trashed. You couldn't leave things to chance, so you watched everyone involved with the case for 7 years. You know, he always felt like he was being watched. That's what he said every day for 7 years. But I felt it too. Journalist Shorty is being watched, end quote. Don't you wonder why Zach Gramarye got rubbed out after 7 years? Right after coming into contact with me? Well, wait just a minute. Zach Gramarye was seen by this reporter? How is that possible? Was he alive after being gone 7 years? Finally, I knew this moment was coming. I just didn't think we'd get here so fast. Zach Gramarye gone missing for 7 years, Trucy's father. What's wrong, Apollo? Go get him. Right, leave it to me. Allow me to refresh the court's memory. 6 months ago, Christoph Gavin was charged with murdering a mysterious traveler. I remember him quite well. Shady Smith, was it? Poisoned in a Chinese restaurant. Tragic. The details don't really matter right now. What matters is that traveler was Zach Gramarye. What is it, Apollo? Huh? Keep going. We'll talk about it later. Did she already know? Someone please explain this. Mr. Justice, can you explain this? It all started 7 years ago. The great magician Magnifi Gramarye's death started it. Magnifi Gramarye's death and his student Zach Gramarye the suspect. Whoever defended Zach in court successfully would be famous beyond belief. Thinking that, Christoph Gavin did the unthinkable. He forged evidence. Drew Misham. Actually, it was his daughter, Vera, who really did the work. You took precautions when you had that forgery made, didn't you, Mr. Gavin? Precautions? To keep people from talking, of course. These two know too much. Leave them alive and there'll be nothing but trouble. That's when you planned your poisoning of the forgers. Atroquinine applied to a commemorative stamp. But luck was on Mr. Misham's side. The bomb didn't go off. His daughter. She saved him by taking the stamp, I see. But that wasn't the only bomb he set up. The Ariadne nail polish, of course. You noticed something when you requested that forgery. When Vera Misham is nervous, she has a bad habit. A tendency to bite her nails. Ah! That nail polish was her good luck charm. She was almost kidnapped once. Since then, she's been, well, you can see for yourself. She refuses to leave the house. That person gave me a good luck charm for when I absolutely had to go outside. It protects me. Yes, apparently she received something, a gift. She won't tell me what it was. It was from that client, the one who wanted that note made. It was his insurance. Insurance? As long as she lived quietly at home, there was no danger to her. But what if she had to go outside? If she ran into any trouble, she'd become nervous, and the nail polish would do the rest. This time bomb sat there for 7 years, and then they went off almost simultaneously. You good, honey?
Just the map design being terrible, that's all.
Okay. If you're finished, may I return to my cell now? I'm not accustomed to standing for such long periods of time. Mr. Gavin, have you heard a single thing we've said? Oh, I listened quite closely to your little tale. Quite an entertaining piece of fiction. What? Clavier, surely you understand. We're back to the evidence, the lacking evidence. Nothing proves a link between him and the Atroquinine that took Drew Misham's life. What about the restaurant? You killed Zach Gramarye to keep him from talking. I killed no man of that name. Read over the report again if you like. The victim was a traveler by the name of Shady Smith, about whom we know little else. You can't seriously think I knew that he was that particular fugitive. Okay, then why did you kill him? I plead my right to remain silent. Remember, this court did not convene to put me on trial. The defendant's name is Vera Misham, suspected in the murder of her father. My trial's been finished for 6 months now. I'm afraid we have strayed considerably from our purpose here. This court concurs with the witness. It is defendant Vera Misham who is on trial here. No! But you were doing so well, Apollo. As long as there is no evidence to support the accusation against him, this course of inquiry cannot find Vera Misham innocent. Your Honor, Phoenix Wright spent 7 years collecting this evidence. You still don't get it, do you? Let's assume there was poison in the nail polish. Who then was responsible for causing Vera Misham to bite her nails? Well, what? It wasn't me, I know that much. The one who brought that poison to her lips was you. What? What? Evidence is everything. There is nothing more. I believe this discussion has reached its conclusion. Your Honor, Mr. Justice, you have performed admirably well for a novice attorney. I respect your partner Phoenix Wright's determination as well. However, without direct proof, you have nothing. Isn't that right, Clavier? Unfortunately, yes, Krista, you're right. That is, you would have been right until now. What? Did the news not reach your desk in solitary? The eyes of the nation are on this courtroom today. This is the trial case for a new judicial system. That's right. I'd totally forgotten. The jurist system. Jurists, you say? The current judicial system has been deemed too closed off from society. This new system attempts to inject the wisdom of common citizens into the law. Common citizens? Wisdom? Is this some kind of joke? What can we possibly gain by doing this? Entrusting our judicial system to a mindless emotional mob of irrational mouth breathers. Common citizens have something called common sense. Common sense is not restricted by the law. Nonsense. There is only room for two in this court, me and the law. Keep the riffraff out. Out, I say. They're not in the court, actually. They're watching everything by video camera. How can you allow this? Incidentally, the one responsible for making this happen was Phoenix Wright. Phoenix Wright? So, everything was leading to this, of course. Right. Oh, he just totally crashed and burned. I won't accept. I can't accept. This is no court. Law. The law is everything. Law is absolute. You let it ignorant swine soil your courts. Kristoff, it's over. Clavier. The law is absolute. You can't be serious. What? Hi, Claudia. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Odd. I thought you spent your life looking for loopholes. The law is an absolute. It's filled with contradictions. The law is the end product of many years of history, the feud of human knowledge. Like a gem polished to a gleam. I'm doing great, thank you. Polished to a gleam through trials and errors. It is this fruit we receive and pass on and face in our time, and it is always changing, growing, nurturing. It is our task as human beings. Except for you, Kristoff. You aren't changing, you've stopped. You're not needed anymore. I couldn't think of anything to say, maybe because I still haven't seen enough. But someday I'll know what law is, and I'll fight to change it if I have to. I see no need to further prolong this trial. This began as the trial of Vera Misham, accused of murdering her father, the painter Drew Misham. However, several other incidents were reviewed and we seem to have reached a conclusion. Before this court declares a verdict, I await your decision. Jurist of the court. For the death of Drew Misham, how do you find the defendant Vera Misham? Innocent or guilty? I turn to you now to consider the matter. Oh, I wonder what the verdict is gonna be. This ends the trial for the case. Only the verdict remains to be decided. Defendant Vera Misham is currently in intensive care. If a decision cannot be reached today, it may never be reached. The factors involved are simple. Did the defendant poison her father that night? If so, she is guilty. Or was there another reason for Mr. Misham's death? Did another person poison him? If so, she is innocent. A panel has been provided for each of you to input your decisions. That is all. Please, wait. Yes, jurist number 6. There's something in the jurist handbook here. Persons involved with the case may not be jurists. That is correct. I've looked into all your dossiers. None of you were involved with the development of the case. In the development of the case? I see. Does that answer your concern? It's time for your verdicts. Make your decision in the case against Vera Misham. After 7 years, the truth is ready to be heard. Judge wisely, judge well. I find... Ooh, that jurist looks very familiar. Okay, Vera Misham is not guilty. That is the decision I'm going with. And so a verdict was reached on October 9th, 2:14 p.m. The first verdict under the jurist system. Innocent by unanimous decision. The record will show that when the verdict was announced, special witness Christopher Gavin laughed. A laugh louder than any other heard before or since. A laugh that echoed in the halls of justice, lingering for what seemed like hours. October 10th, 8:30 a.m., the morning after the trial, in an intensive care ward, a true miracle occurred. Vera Misham opened her eyes. Vera, I'm so glad. Don't cry, Apollo. I'm happy too. I'm proud. You did well, Apollo. When I thought about what if Vera, Hey now, don't you start crying too. Sorry you have to see us like this. Vera, thank you so much. Apollo, thank you. No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have pressed you like that. If I hadn't, you never would have bitten your nails. No, I was wrong. Staying locked inside like that, clinging to my good luck charm. Vera. When I opened my eyes and saw you, I finally understood. It's important to be a part of the world, to see things with your own eyes. It looks like that poison had some effect after all. It killed off whatever was holding Vera back from life. I knew you'd pull through, Vera. I mean, that's what Apollo was fighting for the whole time. Your future. I won't forget it. Here, let me thank you. No, really, it's okay. Ooh, look, it's me. I love it. Thanks. Is that me? She really captured your essence, Apollo. Well, I think so, at least. That reminds me. Do you know where the other lawyer is? The other lawyer? Oh, you mean Daddy, except he's not a lawyer anymore. It's my fault, isn't it? I'm sorry. Oh, no, that's not what I meant. No, it's okay. I'm through looking away from the things I've done. I hope I can look him in the eye again someday and apologize. I'm sure he'd be happy to hear that. He brought all those things for me when he came to visit earlier. You mean that stack of videos? Mr. Wright finished watching them all. You know, I knew my real daddy was alive. Huh? I was there 7 years ago, remember? I was the one who helped him vanish from the courtroom. You did what? How? I'm not telling. He promised me that day he went away. We may not meet again for some time, Trucy. But know this, I will be watching and one day I shall return. You're the next Gramarye after all. Oh, Trucy. In the end, he couldn't keep that promise, could he? It's okay. Phoenix is my daddy now. Even if he can't really play the piano, then he can. Oh, and I got you too. Even if your voice is kinda loud sometimes. Glad I made your list. Hey, come to think of it, where is Daddy, the one who can't play? Do you know Apollo? I think he said he had to meet someone. I wonder. Maybe it's a new mommy. Teehee. Oh, Trucy. Yes, Vera? I was wondering, could you show him to me once more? Sir Hat, was it? Oh, he's not been knighted yet. Here goes. Do us an impersonation, Mr. Hat. Objection! Not loud enough. And I like Miss Magic underwear better anyway. That's magic panties, Apollo. So, your memory's returned. Mr. Wright, was this all a part of your plan too? I don't know what you're talking about. When I lost my memory, I was reborn as Lamilar. But you knew my true identity, did you not? That is why you chose me as one of your jurists. You're thinking into it too much. Besides, there was no guarantee that regaining your memory would make you happy. Of course it is a happy thing. For so long I thought I was alone, but now I know I have children, 2 dear children. I'm so proud of them. This too, I think, is thanks to you. Are you going to tell them? They do not know? Nope. They don't know their mother. They don't even know their siblings. I will go to them when the time is right. Until then, Don't worry. I'll take care of them for you. They're very important to me too. A little annoying at times, but still. I have to keep an eye on her at least, because I'm the only one who knows how she really feels on the inside. Your bracelet. Yes. I've seen a lot of mysterious things these past 7 years, but your bracelets were the strangest of all. I remember meeting him half a year ago now in Christoph Gavin's office. And then I met you. Yep, the cat's out of the bag. Apollo Justice's mother, Lamilar, is actually the long missing Thalassa Gramarye. So she is Magnifique's daughter who was thought to be dead. And yeah, she is also Zach Gramarye's wife. And is also Apollo Justice's mother through her first marriage. So, very complicated family tree. Such a small thing, that bullet, yet it tore who I was away. "10 years ago, during the simple rehearsal, it was a miracle no one died, but I didn't survive that accident. That is why I left the troupe, my family. Now, my memory has returned. I am myself once more. For the first time, I am glad to be alive, Mr. Wright. Speaking of miracles, your mission regained consciousness this morning. I can only hope she's as glad as you are. It is a strange thing, fate. Sometimes a life is taken, sometimes a life is spared. You know what I've been thinking? People don't die that easily, really, as long as they've got something worth living for. And that's pretty much the end of my story, for now anyway. I've still got a long way to go, and this power of mine, well, it needs some work. But there's hope now. We lost it, but somehow we found it again. That's why people are smiling again. Hope. Yeah, I think I'll keep at this lawyer thing for a while. Ooh, it's training time. Gotta go. Course of Steel, here comes justice! Woo! I did it! I beat the first game in the Apollo Justice trilogy. Wow, I did not think I was gonna beat the game today. Well, I am very, very glad I did, considering that I don't think I'll be able to stream on Thursday because I'm having my flu vaccination, but yeah, but starting on Friday I'm gonna be doing a full playthrough of Ghost of Yoti. So this was actually my last Ace Attorney stream for a while anyway. So yeah. Woo! I am very, very glad that I finished the first game, and that means that when I do get to play Ace Attorney again on the stream, I will be starting the second game in the Apollo Justice trilogy, which is also the first 3D game in the Phoenix Wright series, which is Phoenix Wright Dual Destinies. So, yeah. Are you proud of me, honey?
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. Clap, 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 clap.
Applause. Do you have any thoughts on how that game ended? Or were you paying attention?
No, I wasn't really paying attention.
Okay. That's a shame because this game is really, really good. But yeah, in case it wasn't obvious, once the credits have rolled, I will be wrapping up the stream because I can only read for so many hours. Like my throat is doing well to hold it together, honestly, given that it is very, very worn out from all the reading I've been doing today. But yeah, I do hope everyone enjoyed the Apollo Justice Ace Attorney playthrough. And yeah, I do look forward to continuing the Apollo Justice series. But obviously, we all know that I am uber excited to play Ghost of Yotei when that comes out. I know quite a few of my both online and IRL friends are probably wrapping in progress gaming commitments up so that they can be ready for Ghost of Yotei. I really do wish I had like a tracker of how many games I've beaten on stream. I mean, to get a good chunk of them, I can just like go back in my YouTube library and just like count through all the games that I at some point finished VODing at some point. And not only is the next Phoenix Wright game we're gonna play the first 3D game, but it's also the first Phoenix Wright game with not fully voice acted, but there is voice lines in the game, and there is also anime scenes in the game. So yeah. Doobie-doobie-doo. I like how all the skits from the credits are turning into photographs. Don't mind my fiance, he just felt a sneeze coming on, so he had to like run out of the room. So if you heard like a obvious gush of wind, that's why. So yeah, I would do my outro now whilst the credits are rolling, but I also don't want to be like, I want you guys to enjoy the credits, because yeah, they are like, they're nothing special, but they are still pretty chill. Oh my god, Lamiwild's wearing her old outfit again. But I will say, if you did enjoy this stream and you don't already, if you're watching on Twitch, feel free to give me a follow. And then if you're watching on YouTube, feel free to subscribe, turn your notifications on, and do the same on Twitch as well. Turn your notifications on, because otherwise you're not gonna know, unless you're a member of my social channels. You're not gonna know when I go live. So yeah. So many photos. Oh, is that it? Oh. And Vera Misham did a painting of Apollo, Trucy and Mr. Hat. Very nice. Wait, what? I never got the trophy for doing the last episode of the first game. What? But I have finished this game before. What, was that like bugged? Wow, well. So yeah, so I'm not gonna start it now obviously, but yeah, so the next time I play Ace Attorney on stream, whenever that will be, after I've finished Ghost of Yotei, after that's come out, yeah, we'll be playing Dual Destinies, which is this game. But yeah, as you can see, there's anime scenes, there's 3D, like, really good graphics galore. Oh, thank you, Claudia. I appreciate that. So yeah, very much looking. There's also costumes as well. You can dress up the characters, which is really neat. But yeah, so but yeah, I don't need to save or do anything because yeah, there we go. So I am gonna put my gonna switch my OBS scene to my end of stream scene so people know I'm wrapping up. As well as following on Twitch or subscribing on YouTube, I do also advise you, if you do want to connect with me outside of streams, my social links are in the bottom right corner. I'm very straightforward. I do usually use the same username for most of the services I use. So yeah, okay, so I'm just gonna close the game because and then I don't have to do that whilst I'm fiddling around with who to raid on Twitch anyway. Okay, there we go, finished playing the game. So just gonna move my headphones out of the way. There we go. Okay, so if you're on YouTube, yeah, come back tomorrow at 4 for another stream, because I will be streaming tomorrow, and on Twitch as well, on both YouTube and Twitch, because I do stream on both platforms at the same time. So yeah, I will be streaming Yakuza 3 Remastered tomorrow, which is going to be very exciting now that I know there is an official confirmed remake for that game coming out, which I'm very, very excited about. Yeah, in case you didn't know, at the RGG Studios Direct, they announced that Yakuza 3 Kiwami will be coming out next year, I think, or later this year. I can't remember when. Oh, yeah, next year, because it's like right near my birthday next year that it comes out. But yeah, I'm looking forward to continuing Yakuza 3 Remastered. So yeah, but yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, I'm gonna end the stream on YouTube here. But if you're on Twitch, definitely keep keep yourself ready because we're gonna raid someone. So yeah, bye on YouTube.